reviewing that show. We here to review that show. And if we think we can, we can still review that show. All the people be trying to review like us, but you know they can. It's Marty, and that's it.
Did you get a chance to listen to ActingWhileBlack episode?
I didn't finish it. I'm like 20, 30 minutes in.
Dude, that was such a fun. I'm gonna have so much fun doing that show, son. That was fun. I like just being able to just talk shop is like.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Dude,
so far. Y'all haven't really got into it like so far. It's like y'all just kind of like
what's up,
introduce
niggas?
yourself.
Yeah.
This is so we're gonna explain why Arrogant Observer is the Negropedia of our podcast.
Black Actorpedia. That's what I'm calling him from now on. Arrogant Observer, aka the Black Actorpedia. He's the man. If you need to ask any more, you can ask him about any goddamn thing dealing with a black actor. That's man. What? Because when I first, what's up?
Oh, sorry,
no, what's that?
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say
no, after you. No, after you. No, after you. After you. That's
But no, I was just digging it because I didn't even realize it was up until he sent me the solo episode he did. Then I was like, oh, so it's already up, and I went and looked at it, and I was like, oh, okay, let me put that in the queue. And I got to it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like I don't normally get to like sit back and listen to you and him talk. So I was just like, okay, now I get it now. I see, yeah, okay, cool. This is not a safe space for you two, just so you know. This is not a safe space.
Marty said, I'm going to be listening if you say, oh no. And funny enough, we did mention you. You didn't get to it yet, huh?
No, I didn't get to it.
Oh, so, Oh, no. We didn't throw you under no buses, my nigga. It just came. No, she don't even listen to the whole thing yet. Don't listen to her. But there was just a point where my dude brings up this actor and freaking acting teacher named Dean West. And apparently Dean West's wife or girlfriend was in your like first film, or one of your first films, and Lawrence was like, man, Marty gonna kill me for bringing this up because he ain't gonna let nobody ever see that motherfucker.
No, the day I told him, I slit that movie's throat and buried it in the backyard.
Oh, poor little Tink Tink. And I remember you still somebody still has that picture up. Is it Kane? Somebody still has that picture up like in their cover photo or something. Guess what? When he said it, I said, "Oh, you talking about the movie with the white girl?" Because everybody was black. So when he said Dean West's wife or girlfriend, I was like, "Oh, the white girl." I was like, okay, that's what the white girl in it. So like, yeah, so you go ahead and niggas. I mean, we're all friends, so it's like you can't. At some point, you're gonna have to it's gonna be cross the streams, dog.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, when I first came up with the concept of wanting to do it, of course, nigga need a co-host and shit. And I was like, this will be an excuse to get Lawrence in this motherfucker because he is the Black Actorpedia, and in a way, it's like, even he said it in that solo episode. A lot of his background is theater. You feel me? A lot of my background is theater as well, but this nigga's a nerd for the theater. You feel me? Like most shows, most plays I know are ones I've been in. If you cast me in that, I know everything about that one, that one. But don't come asking me a million questions about plays. And I'm like, look, I ain't the nigga to go to find out about all the plays. I can tell you, look at my resume, and we can talk about what's on my resume. Yeah. But I mean, so I just felt like it would be a nice balance of, man, my dude who just knows everything about actors. Plus, he got this theater side, this musical theater side, particularly that I don't have. And I'm on the other end balancing now. And I think he even said like we're gonna both learn off each other. So. Be a cool mix, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm really excited that you got together. That he's gonna be sort of your co-anchor.
Your Robin.
Yeah.
Don't call him a Robin. He's gonna come in. Don't call him a Robin. He's gonna kick our asses.
Robin.
Yeah, Miss Larry Universe, man. You gotta respect it, man.
Or Fred Bug with 2 G's.
Oh, Fred Bug with 2 G's. I'll
never let that go.
As an insider, but this is a nerd podcast, so some of y'all out there might have got that one.
Yeah, it's fine. Apparently, not everybody is on board with the DC universe, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, man. So welcome to the Reviewing Dat Show, y'all. It's that actor guy, Mr. Bats in the building, man. And, representing FlyWithBats Podcast, 1/3 of Pothead Podcasters. And I guess right now, 1/2 of ActingWhileBlack. It just feels like, FlyWithBats and Your30 have gotten so freaking integrated. It seems like we should have a website.
We should.
You know, someone had an idea like that at one point about a podcast hub.
Did.
Someone.
I think that dude guy's trying to figure out what we should call it.
Oh, maybe he should introduce himself at some point.
Maybe he should.
Call it Pod Hub, like Pornhub.
Pod Hub.
No, there's a hub for us though, like not a hub for all the pods. All the pods, it's us.
It's the flying with. Anyway, I'm Marty. MartyY.
Fly with your 30 on the link. Blah blah blah. I'm telling you, dog. Didn't I send you a text once that said that there was like something like Nola Pod? There's something dealing with New Orleans and podcasts that have not been taken as far as domains go.
I vaguely remember you saying something about that. I can't remember exactly what it was though, but yeah. Yeah, definitely. My favorite partner in pause is here, so
She eating, so she on a natural pause.
Says you'll have a natural pause. It's fine. Okay, it's your favorite host, Marty here. This is no longer a safe space, everybody.
You ain't even have to even say that no more, because at this point, they know. Lawrence even talks about this show on y'all podcast now to remind you.
I'm not your favorite host. I guess I'll do. You gotta hit no.
Marty is referring to recently this week on the Your30 Podcast. Instead of their normal podcast situation, L-Dub made a solo cast or whatnot. Yeah. And on the solo cast, he started it like that. He's like, "This ain't your favorite." I'm like, "Oh, all the shade."
Yes,
all the shade.
She laid out in the shade. All day.
But yeah, that happened. But it's your favorite host, Marty here. MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. You also want to go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab, where I co-host the show there with. What's his name?
His name is The Arrogant Observer, Larry Universe, the Black Actopedia.
Flip with 2 G's.
Cause his ass is listening, so I ain't gonna let you, my newest co-host.
Yeah,
I'm not about to let you disrespect my newest co-host.
Why are you coming up in Arrogant Observer, breaking up a happy home? You know what? It's cool. It's cool. It's no longer safe space, y'all. Marty out.
Yo, shady laugh. Fuck you.
What was that?
I need to deserve a real laugh.
You know,
a hearty chuckle. I would like to introduce myself.
Introduce?
Introduce?
That's an introduce?
I would like to introduce myself and my chicken. We say hello. This is J.Steel, you guys. And you can follow me on the Instagram at I am J.Steel. I was about to say I am the J.Steel. I am J.Steel _ You can also catch me on TheMisbelief Podcast. Follow that.
MisBelief Radio Show Podcast. I've been corrected. It's the MisBelief Radio Show Podcast.
The MisBelief Radio Show Podcast.
There you go.
And if you like to eat, like I do, makes me very happy, you can follow my food blog at FatGirlNola and see what mischief I've been up to lately. I had some edible cookie dough recently. It's awesome.
What does that sound like to you when she says it?
No.
What does it sound like?
It
It sounds like what?
Sound like weed.
It sounds like weed, right?
Edible arrangement. Edible.
Because cookie dough's already edible, right?
That's what I was thinking, but I was like,
okay.
I know that's not what she means.
Cookie dough?
So I'm not going to take it that way.
Cookie dough that's used to bake cookies is not technically edible because if you eat it, you could die. If you eat raw flour, eggs, you...
But there's a flavor ice cream called cookie dough at this point. Like people like
that's the edible kind.
Once again, I understand that, but as soon as you say I ate some edible cookie dough, the weed people in the audience are going, ooh, they got some fucking weed cookie dough going down.
That would be dope.
It would. It would.
Am I the only one that's eating out of the actual tube without baking it? Like eating the actual cookie dough?
How much of it have you eaten?
Oh Lord, no, not a lot.
Okay, I'm about to say, I've eaten some of it.
A couple spoonfuls at the moment.
I've eaten some of it, but I ain't kill it or nothing.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't the meal of the day.
You had me nervous. What did I do? I'm gonna die, y'all.
But not anymore because you would die.
Okay.
So I get the safe kind. There we go, the safe cookie dough.
There's you could die and there's you will die, and I think that's why we got away with our cup of spoonfuls.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Maybe.
So y'all on the Reviewing Dat Show, man, we rap a taste on, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, black movies, black TV shows, lore, really whatever we feel like talking about. Because, I mean, we've been all over the place over these past, what episode we're on? I'm always talking on the FlyWithBats Podcast about what episode we're truly on because, like, FlyWithBats is on episode 77, but truthfully it's not because we do two sides. Yeah. So it's like we're probably on double that, right. Truthfully. And it's the same, but we're reviewing that is a funny thing too because technically we're on episode 65. What? Now technically I'm about to let you know. Technically, I want to say the first I'm gonna say 15 episodes. Maybe 10 or 15 episodes should be where we're like review corners when the FlyWithBats cast used to review things, or when we used to come together as Your30 and we used to review things with FlyWithBats. So those I counted because we're reviewing shit. So I was like, well, anything that's ever been reviewed on this network, FlyWithBats Network, I'm gonna just put under the Reviewing Dat tab. So I counted those numbers together, but still, if you take like 15 off, we still on like episode 50. Just us. It don't seem like we've been doing it that many episodes, huh?
No, not really. Wow, that's still a lot. Though.
It's still, dude. A lot happened when we would do those. When we were doing solo episodes of like shows. Because remember, Dear White People, we gave every episode. That's right. That's racking up. Black Lightning, every episode we was racking up on top of when we would do offshoots.
Especially with Black Lightning, like
both of them.
Well, actually, Black Lightning was the only thing I was really counting at the time. Now that I'm thinking about it, but now that we did go through that.
We go through
something else.
It was like 3 shows.
Runaways or something. Did we do Runaways the first season?
We've done some of the Marvels. Yeah, might have been a Punisher. We've done the Iron Fist. We've done the Daredevils. We fell off of Luke Cage midway through. I don't think J.Steel ever finished the Luke Cage season. There's secrets that I still haven't told her that I ain't gonna spoil this.
I feel away though because it got canceled, so I just.
It's black. Keep watching though. It's black. Finish it. Cause
it makes me mad.
I mean, you left Black Lightning to me and Marty to take on.
I don't know what happened with that.
Marty, you gonna be at tomorrow so we can review that Lightning?
Yeah. When did it come on?
I don't know. Well, technically, Black Lightning comes on Mondays. Yeah, did it come on? Or is it going till March?
It's going till March 4th. Okay. It should be back. Yeah.
Well, so you got time to watch some black shit, J.Steel, whether Luke Cage or Black Lightning. Because a lot of our, I want to say...
Look at her face. She's so excited.
A lot of our predictions have happened and such in one way or another. That's right. In one way or another, many of our predictions have come to a head.
Yeah, you need to come in and enjoy just,
There's a lot that I missed. And I can only imagine what's going on now. I'm kind of scared because I'm like, damn.
Shit has happened.
I don't even know where I left off.
Black Lightning is one.
You remember. You lived there for the shady Clifton Powell. You were the one.
She saw maybe the first couple episodes at the very least because you was on the first few episodes of season 2.
Right. I think I saw the first 2.
Damn, you way back, girl. One thing I will say about Black Lightning, we say it often whenever we review it, son. I don't have the excitement to watch it that I have to watch other shows, but as soon as I press play, the episode never lets me down.
Yeah, same here.
They're consistent. Like, they're very consistent. Like, and I fuck with that. Like, me and Marty often have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you know what it is? I want to be able to talk about it here.
Me too.
So, like, it's always, like, the first thing I watch. Like, when there's, you can either watch Flash first or Black Lightning. I always knock Black Lightning out first. Just so I can knock it out, maybe even get a second viewing in, you know what I mean? So it's like, it has, for whatever reason, moved to the top of my viewing list on those particular days.
That's what's up. I mean, like, yeah, because I do my CW catch up. And I start with Arrow first, because remember, that's my favorite one. For the longest, Flash would come second, but you're right. I bumped Black Lightning above Flash. But recently, have you I ask you this every time.
No. I haven't caught back up yet, no. And then, what you don't know, last week, my phone died last week. We had that bad miscommunication, and then my internet and cable went out.
Oh, gosh.
And wait, pause. And it's so frustrating that we had that miscommunication because, Marty, we were just in the kitchen. We were right in the kitchen.
Well, you know what tripped me out is I was like, the light is on.
Dude, we're here. We were here.
And I was like, so bad.
Like, you have that Wonder Woman thing on the back of your car. I was like, that's J.Steel's car.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I don't want to keep knocking too hard. I mean,
Oh no!
You knocked?
Yes.
Damn, we did not hear the knock.
Oh,
And-
I knocked a couple times.
but-
So I was kind of like,
And
I don't keep knocking too hard. I mean, but
And son, I thought to
I
myself, well, we in the back, but he gonna call if he outside. But you text because your phone was fucked.
Yeah, and it, every time it turned on, it died. The fact that made it through,
Yeah.
I'm completely shocked. But yeah, man, sorry about that.
I mean, it was a complete miscomm, son. We could.
But
Weird.
what was I gonna say about that? I was meaning to say something about something.
Oh no, you were saying that. I remember that thing. Hold up. You were saying that. Even though you missed last week because of the miscommunication.
You told me to go. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't have cable internet, but you told me to go and watch Umbrella Academy.
There we go. Cause
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to pick up your thoughts. Cause I got stuck. I was like, wait,
Something like that. Yeah.
You
know the thing where I can't get
Yes.
out. I know you're
Yes.
looking shady. Anyway,
Yeah, J.Steel shady, son.
Yes. Shady.
Even the laugh is shady, though.
But I had to catch up. I had to catch up on a couple things, and I caught up on a couple of Umbrella Academy.
What episode you on?
Now I'm on 7.
Oh,
Okay.
we need to finish.
Yeah.
You're right before the episode I asked you to get to. Remember, I said you gotta get to 8. I said you gotta get to 8, and he was like, I stopped at 7. So there's big spoiler we can't even speak on.
Yeah.
When I tell you it's paused with maybe 20 minutes left of episode 7, I paused it like right before I came over.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm
You're gonna be finished next time we talk.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Honestly, it hasn't hooked me yet.
Really?
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
Oh,
Now,
no.
here's what I'll say though.
Let's talk about it.
I want to give the show all the credit in the world because I feel like nobody's phoning it in.
Yeah.
Even Ellen Page, who, I don't know, she has kind of been there and not there to me in the last couple,
You gotta
I've seen her
finish
in.
it because it's with reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's already sort of developing in a somewhat interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is great in it. Her boyfriend has the sketchiest face in the
Oh
world.
my god.
I mean, like, who could ever trust this man?
Dog, I said this, dog. He is the dude from You trying to bang a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's what he is to me.
At least the guy from You was kind of hot. He was a little charming. This motherfucker is like
He
looks like he
Weasley.
sniffs like 10-day-old panties that were in a dumpster behind a nursing home. Like he's very scary.
Wow.
He's
Yeah,
creepy.
bro. I will
so
say
disturbing.
that this actor got to get props and the writing has to get props because this is the first bad guy in years. In years. That actually got the desired emotional response from me.
Okay.
I
will-
hated every moment he breathed on screen.
Even before it was sort of
When he first showed up at her door, I said, this guy's creepy. Something wrong with him.
Yeah, I said
It was
the same thing.
odd.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was
I just thought
uncomfortable.
I never trust this guy.
I thought he was
anything
too
I see
familiar.
him.
I was like, why are you
Yeah.
so... You're doing too much.
Okay.
You're like,
Too
oh,
early.
your face- yeah.
Too
You
early.
could tell something was off.
But wait, someone else told me that about they've seen him in other shit and they never trust him. I don't know what the hell else I ever
I've
seen
never
him
seen
in.
To be honest with you, dude, I'm trying to recall something right now, and nothing comes to mind.
But you remember him.
I remember him, and he's a character actor for the most. Oh, you know what he was? He was in. Oh shit, was that him in The Dark Knight?
Dark Knight. You gonna make me go through my Rolodex.
Yeah. Can
Doing-
we pull up
do-
IMDb and him real quick?
Doing what in the Dark Knight, bitch?
He was the
What you was
dude.
doing?
He was
What
the
you
one-
think he was doing?
I think I remember his face.
You remember his
Oh,
face
God.
where he
Look
was
it
like
up.
when he was wearing the Rachel Daw name tag when oh boy he's
I
like
remember.
you can't do it, they need you and you gotta be the symbol,
I think
and it's
I
like
remember
you
him.
can't let them win.
I think I remember him.
I
that
don't
not him?
think that was him.
Okay, fair
But I might not
Fair
be.
enough.
No. I
It may not be.
might not be. I may not be. Think of the same person you're thinking of. Are we talking about the guy that was so down with Joker, and then Harvey Dent had a one-on-one with him to try to break him to get him to say where's Rachel? That's not him.
That's not him.
That's not him. That's not him. But let's actually look
What's
this
his-
this creeper face up there. Let's go from Umbrella Academy because he is like Son, like he really legitimately unnerved me, dog. Like I can't think of the last character on screen that actually made me want to punch them. Like usually I like bad guys, you know what I mean? Even though, we ride with the heroes and shit, like I don't hate him. I hated him, dog. All right, his name is John Margaro. See what he's been in. Umbrella Academy, Overlord, Jack Ryan TV show, Marshall, Orange is the New Black. Must have been the seasons I didn't watch.
Oh, he's the what? Oh, the husband that with the crazy chick. With the accent, the Staten Island accent.
Okay, I stopped watching after season 3. Has he been there since season 1?
No.
Oh, I see. After
he came in the
I only saw the first 3 seasons because season 3 started boring and I never went back. Okay. Because that second season, Orange is the New Black was so cold.
Yeah, no.
It had a lot to live up to, and it didn't start. It's season 3. I hear that it got better over the other seasons.
Yeah, it redeemed itself.
But season 3 did not pull me in right. Crisis in 6 scenes. I don't see none of this shit, and he has extensive little resume though. I see you.
Yeah, no,
36 credits. I see you. He was in The Big Short. I saw The Big Short. Well, I can't think of him. Law and Order. Every white man has been in Law and Order. Bully, Conviction, Level Red, Assassination of High School President. I haven't seen any of his things.
My Soul to Take. That's another one.
Liberal
Arts,
Arts,
there was a Wes Craven movie.
Personal Interest, Deep Powder, Captain Phillips, Went On Man, I'm Broken, Don't Worry Baby Carol. Yeah, only one of his movies I've seen is The Big Short, and I don't remember him from it.
Me either.
So, hey, whatever, man. But yeah, you do a hell of a job as Leonard Peabody.
Leonard Peabody. Even the name.
Gosh.
Leonard Peabody. Yeah, I hated him. He was really creepy.
Yeah.
And you did your job when we first started talking about this show, and we're not even talking about any of the heroes. We talking about your creep face ass, nigga.
Yeah, he was the most disturbing, unsettling piece of shit in this entire show. Like, he really was. And
you keep yelling at the screen, Vanya, no! Yeah. You could tell that that's the thing I gotta remember about all you characters. You were all heavily sheltered. All of you are heavily sheltered, and some of you actually are like man children and shit, like children mentally and shit. And like how Diego, even he's stunted to a degree, but he went and got some pussy out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Klaus, everybody has seemed to live except for Vanya and Leonard. I mean, Vanya went and made a freaking book and doing this violin thing, but something by how she was always the outcast and stunted just mentally and not supported and not loved. Her personality is weird, and I can see how a Leonard could creep his way in. And your average woman that's probably gone through some shit and had a more well-rounded life would see, like J.Steel would see, too many red flags. Yeah. But with Vanya, I can see, bitch, you stunted. Same with whack ass. What's my nigga I do not fuck with by the end of all this?
Me and my baby have
Luther. I don't like
Luther.
Which one is Luther?
The monkey.
The little head.
The big monkey.
Body. The big, stupid, dumb-looking body and the little bitty head.
And I understand the position he has to play as the leader and all that, but I just don't like him.
You don't fuck with him by the end of it?
Put it like this, son, to not spoil anything for you at all. I don't like him. He don't become evil or nothing. He don't do nothing that's overly, fucked up or wrong. But the decisions he makes and how he comes across sometimes, and that's the thing. I really need you to finish it because there's this one episode in particular and there's one inciting incident in particular that in many ways I'm going to blame him for. And he didn't mean for it to go down like this because he thought he was doing the right thing. But when I look back at the season, I'm like, my nigga, if you just would have just done this, that might not have happened. It still might have happened. But you didn't help this thing. Damn. Come on, Marty, finish it out. What you saying, son? What you saying, my nigga, about where you at with it? Because you're not impressed.
It's like, so they do interesting things. I think by far my favorite character is, shit, and I meant to learn his name, but I did not. Klaus. I do know his name, Klaus.
Scene Stealer, Klaus. Scene Stealer.
Scene Stealer.
So much.
Yeah.
He's my favorite, too.
It's him and number 5 for me.
Him and number 5?
Oh, I love number 5 is a G.
Number 5,
and big ups to that little boy actor.
I know.
He's such a good actor that he really embodies all of the what am I trying to say?
He's cantankerous old man.
Yeah. Like I
don't
see him, I forget that he's a little boy. I'm like, wait.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's been here before.
Dude. Yeah. And the actor plays it.
He plays it so well.
Yeah, agreed.
Really good.
He's another high note for me too. It's
And I like Diego. That's my 3. That's the 3. I can always watch Diego, number 5, and Klaus, but
Oh, another thing. So Diego is suffering from doppelganger from this other guy who, and I guess that's what it is. Everybody looks like somebody else. And I may have just confused him with another person.
He looks like
he looks like the guy from Tutors.
Supernatural.
Oh, Dean.
At first glance.
He's a Mexican Dean.
Yeah.
Diego is Mexican Dean. Dean Winchester. She gave for people who can't see, of course you can't see. We're doing an audio show. She gave me this shady ass look because, as you all have been listening, knows that
that's his babies.
Supernatural. I finished off all 14 seasons, and oftentimes when I'm about to watch it, I tell J.Steel I gotta watch my men. She be like, "Oh, you watching your men right now?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching my men right now. You heard me? So leave me alone."
This dude here, Jonathan Rhys
Oh
Meyers.
yeah.
He looks like I don't know. There's just so many times where he looks like him. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not the same guy.
Just a little bit.
And just a bit.
When I saw the trailer for Umbrella Academy, I thought that Diego was someone else.
Yeah, me too.
Like when I saw him take off his mask, I was like, "Oh, it's a different actor." But for some reason, the trailer, and even in the pictures. In the poster of Umbrella Academy, he looks like some other actor. Might be that guy, but I don't think that's a good picture for. I don't remember. I know that name, but what's his name?
Jonathan Rhys Meyers.
No, I know, but that picture don't resonate for me. His name does. I know that name. What else has he been in?
Well, he's been in he's been in a couple things. Match Point.
Never seen it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. The Tutors on Showtime.
Never seen it.
Okay.
Bend It Like Beckham.
Never seen it.
Like Beckham. Roots.
Never seen
Remake.
it. Never seen it.
Okay.
Didn't watch the remake because they didn't cast me after making me go through 5 auditions. Like I said on the ActingWhileBlack podcast, bro, am I not masculine enough for you? Good enough for you?
Nope.
I don't look slave enough.
Nope, you don't.
Nah, not really.
Oh.
I mean, not around the
man.
nose and stuff.
I'm gonna say your nose ain't slave enough.
Nope.
He was in Mission Impossible.
I know the name, son.
Was he? Am I making that
I
up?
think he was. Yeah.
I think he was too.
Well, fuck, we talking about Umbrella Academy, so
Right, we are. Anyway.
Diego bothered you because he looked like him?
No, him, the sister, the black girl, she reminds me of another actress.
The chick from that Half and Half show. That's what she looked like.
You think she looks like that too?
No.
Not really.
She doesn't.
Not really her. I'm trying to think.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but no. I disagree.
Yeah. She looks like somebody else though too. I can't put my finger on where I saw her at the last time because now my brain's all mush. But anyway, they all look like doppelgangers of someone else.
Yeah.
And that was another thing to kind of get over. And then it's like it's not like they aren't doing interesting things. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I don't typically care for Mary J. Blige.
Okay, I have a confession to make. This is so embarrassing.
Okay.
And I think it's because I'm a little blind, but I swear to God, for the first 3 episodes, I did not know that was her. I'm not joking.
Who you thought it was?
You didn't take her
I
ring.
thought it was just some sassy ass black lady. And I was like,
She's like, is that?
and then I got to episode 4.
Is that Mary J. Blige?
Oh, that's Mary J. Blige. I'm not joking.
Now this is what I
And I
said.
was sober.
Yeah.
And it
Wow.
really, I don't know
That's
what.
dope. That's
yeah,
so dope.
I didn't. But then
You're
once
awesome.
I realized it, I was like, oh my God, why? Why is she here? Why is she doing this? Why?
Mm-hmm.
No. How did she get here? I don't.
So,
That's an interesting thing. That out of all the black actresses out
Dude.
here that's legitimate, you and Mary
whoever
J. Blige.
manager
She knows somebody.
is, she
doing,
I'm
But
trying to get
this is what I'm
there.
saying. When I first saw it the first time through, I thought, look at Mary J. Blige acting. That's cute.
Yeah.
Look at her acting. Like, I'm of course not taking it fully seriously at all because it's just like you're kind of rough. But I've watched Umbrella Academy 3 times now, at least, because I've started other people. So it's like I've seen it maybe twice all the way through, and I'm watching it. I'm in different places with different ones of my niggas. Devin is in a different place. Raheem in a different place. So she grew on me, son.
yeah.
She's like adorable.
Yeah.
Like she grew on me in a way. It's like I'm not gonna be like she killed it, but it's just like by the time I get to the end of the 10 episodes, I'm like, you fit. Just do this, and because at a point that to me just becomes that's the character. Okay, that's just how the character talks. That's just how the character walks. That's just the character to me now, and it's just Mary J. Blige trying to act. That's the character, and I don't know. It's just I'm enamored by it now. When I was frustrated by it at first, it's a weird thing watching something that many times.
I'm still in the frustration stage.
It's fine.
Really? Okay.
I appreciate that though. I can see where I was.
That's cool, I get you.
Out of all the people.
But that's
why?
the point.
Why?
Of all the people.
Why? Sorry. Why?
No, ain't no sorries, motherfucker. That's real. That's a real question, son, though, because I feel like all of us can name
So
a black female actor off the top of our heads that can go
Right.
in that spot that's probably getting neglected in the game. So for you to give it to a singer that's, you know what I mean? Like I said, I have an affection for her portrayal now, but that's not, if I'm casting this show, I'm not about to, no.
She felt like a name, a recognizable name, a name with recognition.
That wasn't a doppelganger.
That wasn't a doppelganger, but that also probably wasn't going to come at the highest dollar.
Depends, because that's the thing too. I feel like they got other artists that have names that might have could have done this over Mary J. That are actually good at both sides. I mean, Janelle Monáe been even growing. You know what I mean? Certain people.
She ain't coming at
The Mary J. Blige price. Mary J. Blige had a song in this bitch, dog. She said, "Bitch, you get me and a song."
True, but who does that work out for? What's the movie of Mary?
Man, but pause. You try to tell me Netflix ain't got money though?
No,
Yeah, no, they got money. I'm sure they have money.
So if they wanted someone, that there's a reason why that woman is there. We don't ever find out why. We won't ever find out why until someone tells the story of how she got cast.
Right.
To someone else, and then something happened, and maybe she was gonna make music for it anyway, but maybe not, because that's weird as fuck.
Because this is the one song. Now, big ups up for being in shape. She killed her little fight scenes. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
did.
she moved
Yeah,
her.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time in the bashing of Mary J. But
Right.
I dug her.
I dug her.
And your boy together. I love
Yeah.
Hazel.
Yes,
I dug them.
I love that.
I dug them together. But I dug her quiet moments too, which I don't normally do. You know, where they're just kind of, she has to sort of play what she's thinking without saying it, and that for me worked. Where typically it doesn't
With her.
Yeah. So I mean, I just, you know, I had a good time with it. I thought it was a.
People gave her props for that Netflix joint she was in with Jason Mitchell. Mudbound. There we go. Well, I didn't see it, but I remember y'all reviewed it at some point, right?
Yeah.
She was pooing that.
She was okay.
She was okay, but
She was okay. But she wasn't Oscar nomination worthy.
that's what tripped me out. Once she nominated, yeah. So glad she lost.
That was my biggest problem with it. It was just like, we gotta throw somebody in there. We gotta throw somebody in. We can't have we gotta fill this with a black person. What movie is out there? I feel like that movie just came out at the right time.
They just had to throw some black people, someone black in. And they love those narratives of us too. They love those narratives for us. But I dug Hazel a lot. I love his voice. He needs to go voice a cartoon or something.
Hazel, his voice and his appearance, John Goodman.
You reminds you of John Goodman, like a young John Goodman?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially his voice. I had moments where I was like,
He reminds me of someone else. You're right about this doppelganger shit, because he reminded me of someone else. I thought he was someone else. And I was like, wait, I don't know this actor. But like something about the voice and how he talked sometimes. I was like, who is he channeling right now? Don't they? Like, there's an archetype that he was channeling, and I can't think who it is. What? Who? What'd you say?
there's somebody.
The way
Think of who it is.
I'm getting tired of the way the thing's going and the way that they're going to have to be.
There's a character that talks like
Bruh, it's like a bear or something, like some cartoon. Is it? There's something he channeling, dog. That every time he's
channeling Igor.
It's not Igor. It's not Igor. It's not Igor. It's like, hey, boo boo. It's like almost Yogi. But it's not Yogi though. It's not Yogi though. It's another character. And every time I swore this man spoke, I just was like, keep talking. I like the way you talk, Jack. I mean Hazel, bruh. And I like that dynamic with them two. In the comics is a little different. I went and wound up reading some of the comics after the show.
Did intrigue me to go read the comics. Where I'm at right now has me wanting to, unlock the key.
Yo, when I found out who created the fucking comic book, I literally fell on the floor with joy. Fucking Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. Remember the group? Yes!
Yeah, I remember the group, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't make the association till recently because, like, I love My Chemical Romance. I still listen to this shit. So recently I looked them up and I was like, what are they doing? Where's Gerard?
On a rando, huh?
But I didn't find no Umbrella Academy stuff. So when I started watching the show, I kept seeing Gerard Way. I'm like, that name. So then this article comes up and they're like, oh, meet the creative. And I'm like, who is this dude? And I looked, I was like, oh shit. Oh god. I don't know, that just made me really happy that like he's the creator, and it makes me more excited about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that puts another swing to this. All right.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
I will say this. Finish the season before you read a comic.
Okay.
Oh no, truthfully, get to episode 9 before you read a comic.
Okay.
Because I might have been on like episode 4 or 5 and I got spoiled because by something in the comic.
Okay.
And I was like, aw, I wish I didn't read this first. Like, you know what I mean? Because it would have been really cool. But yeah, so you're a couple away. You hear me? By the time by the time you get to 8 or 9, you could, because the comics are a bit different with it. Like, what made me think about it is Hazel and Cha-Cha, they're none of that. They're just really like on some psycho kill shit for the for the committee, the organization, whatever it is. Yeah. But we don't get any of this development. We don't get this cool ass motherfucking romance with this old lady, donut shop lady that kind of grew on me in a really sweet way.
It really did to me too. I was kind of like, I don't know what's going on.
It was so weird at first though.
This is
I
working
knew it was
for
coming.
me.
It was a different flip. I appreciate it because
a
lot of times you might see the opposite of that in movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a younger woman might fall for an older man. It's romanticized, and it's like, but I think it was interesting to show that, old ladies could still get it in.
I mean,
they had genuine chemistry though, too.
I appreciated it, yeah. It was adorable.
I mean, like you said, though, oftentimes it's the older man and the younger woman.
Yeah, if at all, it's usually that. And
if at all, it's going to be the older man and the younger woman. I mean, normally, if you look at Hollywood in particular, most leading men end up being like 10 years, 15 years older. That's not like a super gap as a gap as Hazel and Donut Lady was, but generally speaking, we tend to accept that type of action from the older male situation. I don't like when I think about a lot of even our middle-aged leads. They're often playing someone opposite their exact same age. Every now and then, like, you look at Girls Trip, they had the moment with Kofi and Jada, and they played into that where it's like going down, but that stands out because it's done so little, so minimal. So it's like, that's the thing. If you'd have told me beforehand, I would have fallen in love with a romance between, I would say, late 30s and a 60-year-old woman or whatever. I'd be like, whatever, nigga. But it worked. It worked. Definitely. And the actors made it work.
And I loved it.
So there's no flip to that may potentially be coming where we find out he knew her in some previous life or something. This cat is just genuinely into this chick.
That's such an adorable question that us who finished this season know that
to tell you that
you got to remember, right? Yeah. It's like anyone else who's watched the whole season that's listening right now probably just giggling. Like, what a question that once you finish the season, you're gonna think back on that question and be like, oh, okay.
Then you'll get your answer.
Then you'll get your freaking answer.
Alrighty.
But getting back into the actual squad members of Umbrella Academy, because we've been going to the side characters. Yeah. But I'll start. We'll go back. We'll go back to who you started with, Klaus. Since that's who you started with. Mm-hmm. I love Klaus. Did you ever watch Misfits?
Misfits. No, I haven't.
Misfits.
It's like a British.
It was a British joint.
Superhero
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah,
and that actor's on there. That's where he started.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's freaking hilarious on that show. And it's almost like seeing Klaus. It's like you see bits of that character. I think his name was Nathan. You see bits of that character in his performance of Klaus, but Klaus is way more turned up.
Right, okay.
But if you go back and watch Misfits after seeing Klaus first, you're gonna see, this is the origin.
This is the build up to this.
I mean, it's just that actor, like basically, because a lot of Klaus's same quirks are kind of like from Nathan too, but the biggest diametric difference is Nathan's an asshole. Klaus is a sweetheart.
Okay.
When you watch Misfits, at times, that nigga get on your fucking nerves. He's like the, I can't even call him the dick. He's like that annoying little brother. He has all these jokes. He's always talking. He don't take nothing seriously. But it's almost like the beauty of how the actor, even how he plays Klaus too. That actor knows how to be ridiculous, but also be sincere in a way that, like when he's having his moments of, like pain or fear or anxiety, or like there's in future episodes where he's really caring about certain members of the family and stuff. Yeah. You'd be like, man, like Klaus is a sweetheart. Oh, I fuck with Klaus. And when he's playing an asshole in that other show, he's able to do that too. It's like, fucking, you're a dick, Nathan, but I don't want nothing to happen to you fucking annoying ass. You heard me? Right. You dig? So I really dig the actor and the character. Fun fact, in the comics, the character can fly. Also has telekinesis. And what else is different about him? There's a few differences that most likely they're going to build to, because even if you watch it to where you are, you see he's developing more and learning more about his skills that he didn't even know before.
He wound up. Oh God.
We don't know where he at. Don't spoil nothing. What's the last thing you've seen of him with regards to his powers?
The last thing, to be honest with you, I think I may have paused it on this point, but my man, was it Luther?
That's the big ape fucker.
Yeah, he's at a rave somewhere.
Yeah.
And old boy's there with the brother who died. Ben. And he throws I think an ecstasy pill over across the room or something. And he's having this sort of thing where he can see it way from across the room, and he has to sort of kind of crawl to get to it. And I believe he gets to it, and that's when I hit the pause button. That's where I'm at. Oh, damn it, what? Oh, what?
Marty!
It's like probably exactly what she was about to spoil. You're like 10 seconds.
Damn it. God damn it. I'm in this fucking scene. I'm so glad I said that.
Right at the
You're at the scene that she's about. You're not where I want you to be, but you're at what she was about to spoil.
Okay.
I know exactly.
I have to go further than that, but yeah.
But he would have to at least have had to seen that to get what you was, Damn.
Okay.
Well, we're telling you that his skills develop.
He's my favorite.
He's
my favorite.
His skills develop.
He's my favorite.
And what you're about to get into is one time where the first I'm gonna say moment. I don't know if it's the first because it's all a blur now. Well, a significant moment of him leveling up.
Yes.
Okay.
And not in an action way, but more of understanding his powers way.
Shit.
The more I get to talk about, so maybe I did get a little. So he finds the dude that he kind of fell in love with, Dave.
Yeah.
He finds Dave's body. Is that early or late? I don't remember.
That's earlier. That's
Okay,
because that's when he finds the pill. Dave Potty turns into the pill. Remember? Oh, did you get that far? That's what happens. You've been spoiled now.
Maybe I have. Okay.
So because when you
I
you said
any further than that. Though.
But no, you said you saw when he threw the pill.
Yeah.
Then when he crawls to the pill turns into Dave's body.
I did see that.
Yeah. So that's where you are, and it's right before the moment. One of these moments. So yeah.
All right, going home and press play.
Yep. It's funny.
Can't do nothing. Gotta go press play, y'all.
So move to a different character. Luther, I guess.
Luther. What did I want to say about Luther? Shit.
I didn't like his voice. I didn't like his head. When I first saw him, I was like, it just looks so like off-putting to me. I was like, okay, clearly you're super strong. Clearly something is going on with your fucking body, but really this shit looks crazy.
I was still good with him then.
Yeah.
I was good with Luther for a second. It's just it's like on the back end of the season, he became a tool to me.
He always felt that way.
No. He always was a tool. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. But I can ride with because that's the thing. Like I call it the Cyclops effect or the Leonardo effect. But it's more so a Cyclops thing because people don't shit on Leonardo the way that they come for Cyclops for being the straight-laced leader of the X-Men. Right. And most of us comic niggas know that if they was to really make the movies the correct way and let his evolution take over, if the movies lasted long enough, you'll see that Cyclops becomes an asshole dick type of character, but like in a way more interesting way. Like he becomes interesting because he's not clean. He gets not clean. Still a leader, but he turns more Magneto than Charles Xavier as comics go by with him. Now at the point he kind of somewhat turns it around, I think recently really. But even when he's doing fucked up things, you always fuck with why he's doing it. He's not the Boy Scout. He's not Superman. He's not the Boy Scout. But that's what Luther was feeling like for this squad. He's the Cyclops. He's the number one. He's the leader. He's trying to So those type of characters, I always like the Rebels. That's why I like Diego. But those type of characters, as I've gotten older, I've grown a different respect for, which is why I defend Superman more so than I would have maybe 5 or 6 years ago, because I understand the need for the Captain America. But he went from feeling heroic to just feeling like, nigga, you just, I don't know, like. And that's part, I guess, the beauty of his character, that he's flawed. I'm not going to hate on his flaws, but his flaws are annoying for me. And it feels like his way has to always be the right way, regardless. And I'm like, dog, sorry, a good leader has to understand when the audible needs to be called or when you need to give in to your team. And half the time when he has a play or a plan, it's what we need to do, guys. Shut up.
I agree to an extent. For me, I felt like he was the most underdeveloped character. And then
they tried to develop his love for a girl more than him.
Yeah, like that was sort of the most. That's what I was gonna say. I felt like that was the most development we got, and I just sort of got that piece of it. And it seemed like we were about to maybe get another side of it since, the same things were playing out, but just in different ways in the episode that I'm in right now. Mm-hmm. Like the first one, like they got their day together, their final moments, and they were just about to get on the plane together or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it was going a different way once he got the news about, going to, the moon and shit and having that be.
Yeah, that was fucked up. The daddy just sent him off.
Yeah, I'm like, do they ever redeem the guy who dies, the father?
The father?
Does he ever get redeemed, or does he just kind of go away as an asshole?
No, it's funny. He's a complicated character by the time you get to episode 10. Like,
because he created, do y'all remember the villain from the first Incredibles?
Yeah.
Mysterio, what's his name? Syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
He just basically did that.
Yeah.
Like he just literally did that right in front of us.
It's true. And when they showed that flashback, I was like, oh my god, this is Syndrome. I had that moment too.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
Oh, you mean for Leonard? For Leonard, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he loved them so much.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to. And he's like, get your fucking ass out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm going to be a villain.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But it works. That works for me for Leonard bitch ass. But
okay.
As far as the dad, like I can't say they fully redeem him because that's the thing. The show, the season goes out with questions.
Yes.
Not in a frustrating way, but we still like. For the majority of the season, we've been seeing the Dappers in it basically as a full-blown dick. From where you are on, you're going to start seeing the other side of maybe why he was...
Layers.
He has layers.
Why he did some of the things he did.
Exactly.
There's reasons for everything, but he's still a dick.
And that's what I feel like. Because they never like... Put it like this. All the dicky things we've seen him do so far, they don't redeem those things. Mm-mm. He did all that dick shit. All the dick shit that they say that out of their mouth is almost like you look at the script. Sometimes what is a character saying about another character is most likely true. So they don't redeem all of the issues, but they show other sides to him that make you go, oh, that's why he was on that, or that's why he might have thought that was the course of action, even though it wasn't the course of action, my nigga. You feel me? And like, there's this whole conversation that I want to have regarding him, and I can't with you right now.
Okay.
I just can't.
The cool thing is I am so close.
You are.
And the more we talk now, the more I'm kind of like, you know what? I was mediocre. It had my curiosity. Mm-hmm. The more I talk about it with you two, it has my attention all of a sudden.
Knock it out.
It's like y'all have sort of sold me more on the show than the show has. But don't get me wrong, the show is sort of on its way. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm on episode 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something, it's there. Don't get me wrong, there's something there. Mm-hmm. I just kind of haven't attached myself to anything as a whole just yet.
I think this show will be amazing for real for you by the end of season 2. Mm. Because think about it, this is a short show. We watch it like Black Lightning, Flash, Arrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're talking 23 episode seasons. So if they ain't got their footing by episode 6 or 7, we ain't really tripping. You know what I mean? Because like, okay, we're going to let you get your footing. Around 6 or 7, even in the Netflix shows, which go to 13, is when shit go down. Normally in almost all, especially the season 1s of all those shows, some major death happened by 6 and 7, some big development, and now the show is going in another way. So for you, I feel like by the time you get to 10, you're going to want more. And I feel like by the time they get to 10, I felt on the level of, okay, that this season developed this much. Next season going to develop that much, and I think they're going to really have something like crazy by season 3 from what season 2 look like it's going. Feel me? So, but
well, I find it interesting also that you say you've seen it, in different stages. So you've watched it 3 times now. You said, right?
In a way, it's like I've seen it once all the way through. Then one of my friends, I watched the beginning with him, and then he watched the end on his own, and then another one already watched the beginning. So then we watched the end together, the rest of it. You know what I mean? So you put those together as 2 times. And was it Coop? It was one of my other niggas that came through and asked about it. Mm-hmm. You hear me? And not even mention the times me and J.Steel, then we watched some episodes too. Mm-hmm. So it's like I've just seen the show in different parts and segments in succession
Right.
So it's like I said, it's a blur for me right now. Like, but I'm seeing different angles.
Well, I watched the first maybe 2 or 3 episodes, sort of multitasking, doing other things in the background. I sort of had it going on this screen while I'm working on something on this screen, right? And I feel like by the time I got to maybe episode 3, okay, there's a point where the sister runs into our bag,
Leonard,
bag, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he runs into him in the apartment, and she already
weird.
knows his name. And I'm like, wait a minute, when the fuck did y'all meet? And I'm like, I must have not been paying attention, because whenever that moment initially happened, I missed it.
What's funny is this. I've only seen that scene once.
Oh, really?
And other times I've rewatched this because I only have one. Because that scene was always with me. Because I even felt like, was I doing something when he popped up in this fucking house? Because like he popped up in the house if he was supposed to be there. And that's why I always felt off about him. Because I'm like, Vanya don't seem like he's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Or like it
And
just.
he had an attitude though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, okay, you supposed to be here, cool, but why you got a shitty ass
He was very
move?
cocky about
Son.
it. Like, be humble. You basically just broke into this girl's apartment.
Yeah.
Dog,
Like,
it
You
was.
dropping off flowers. I mean,
But
this is
that
a
was-
good thing, but why you making it like weird?
But that was the moment when I knew. I was like, nah.
Nah.
For them.
First
Yeah.
scene. First scene.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I didn't see it in the first scene. I just didn't trust his face. I thought it was his
Well, that's you. That's you.
That's
That's your alert. Trust yourself. I feel like if you
know him, though.
if there's
He hasn't
any
done
if
anything.
you have any negative emotion when you're interacting with a character, trust that
What's wrong
fucking
with
negative
that?
emotion. Damn it!
Dude, he just walked in the door.
And something was wrong, right? Casting
his
knew.
face.
Casting didn't cast that face for no reason. Damn it! Trust your instincts,
Probably
nigga.
walked into the audition,
And it was like, oh, his weird ass makes me feel weird.
Now
Cast.
you gonna have Marty going walking around. You know what? Don't trust him. I don't like his face.
Hey, if would you trust your kid around someone whose face you don't trust?
No.
Fuck
No.
no.
Fuck no.
We have one parent in the room, and she said, "Fuck no." So I'm
Yeah.
trusting
That's
that.
actually
the
happened.
one,
I'm like,
yeah.
nope, don't like your face.
Nah, not happening.
And the screwed up thing about kids is they're not gonna like the face
They
either.
will say it.
Yup.
What's wrong with his face, mom?
I don't like it.
It's
That's what we
creepy.
call resting bitch face.
Oh, just ugh.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah, man. But who I'm thinking about? So Luther, like the key ingredients that pisses me off about Luther, you got to get to in these future episodes. But he lost my respect when Diego gave him them hands,
Oh yeah.
and that was like in episode 1 or 2.
Yeah, I like one.
And I was like, I didn't dislike him at that point, but then I started cracking jokes on him. Cause at first, you meet this nigga on the moon, he big, he misshape. I'm like, he's super strong. When you see that amazing scene of them as kids for the first time, we see them like save that bank or whatever.
That was so
That's one of my favorite scenes.
That is too. 'Cause you get to see everybody in action.
Right. So when he's just the little kid, just with this super strength and shit, I have a lot of faith in him. But then Diego gave him them hands, and I'm like, oh, and then he ran in because he didn't want nobody to see his fur.
Yeah, I thought that was real Hulk of him to run away like that.
Yeah.
Bruh, at one point, me and J.Steel was watching this show, and he forced me to Gamby him. You know I don't like when you Gamby, but I had to Gamby him, whining about something. I don't remember what it was. Such a whining big
He's a
monkey
whiny ass
face,
face.
hairy ass up.
You almost showed him my hair.
And I haven't gotten to him on Game of Thrones, but apparently he's on Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Season 7, they said. He's somebody, daddy, or son or something.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. I see you're caught up and you don't even remember. That
I don't
sucks.
remember his face,
It's
no.
so much damn.
Wow.
Not good.
Moving on, one
Okay.
of the biggest, most frustrating things for me in this show, and I told you about this, J.Steel, but when I watched it again, I realized she did acknowledge it, is Rumor never goddamn using her powers. She has one of the greatest powers on this show, nigga. She could tell you to do what the hell she want.
Right.
And it gets even dangerous in a way, and damn. Anyway,
She mentions using it, and it's sort of like I got the impression maybe we were gonna find out that sort of paralyzed her in terms of using it elsewhere. When she talks about using it with her kid, I thought that maybe there was some. I thought that maybe we were gonna get that there was.
you're
some
going to
connection.
know in season episode 8. Funny enough, you get some more background on her
Yeah,
on
you
that
get a lot
situation.
more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is even in episode 1, and I didn't catch this at first, she says she don't flat out, I don't use my powers anymore because of that incident with my kid. She says it flat out. 'Cause I remember I was mad watching some scene with her. And I'm like, why don't she just rumor this motherfucker?
Right.
Why? Is
that made no sense in reality.
Dude,
It could be
there's
explained if she used her power.
dog, and in episode freaking 8 or 9, like it's 8. It's 8. In episode 8, there's this on because she, as in a way, we follow her a lot more in that episode, and there's this moment where I'm gonna just say it because it's not really a big story or whatever, dog. She's talking to this cop, and she wants some information, but she actually talks to him and comes up with some clever way to get the information. But I'm like, bitch, your power is rumor. You ain't gotta talk to this nigga. You ain't gotta do shit. All you guys, I heard a rumor that you think I'm a cop. Tell me this. I heard a rumor that you don't even see me, nigga. I heard a rumor that anything, dog. I'm like, son, I maybe for a storyline writer's technical reason, y'all did not want to overpower her because technically, dude, you can rumor shit to death. But I feel like in season 2, you're forced to at this point. We gotta see that power in its full glory, dog, because it's a great power. The black girl got it. I made a joke. I said, then the black girl power is spilling tea. But you got, you feel me? You got her with this power, son, and she didn't use it the entire season, I feel.
Yeah.
We only saw it in flashback.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was important and really, it works. But no, son, we saw everybody else's power.
Yeah. That was frustrating. And I don't remember her flat out saying that, so like I just assumed it was implied. So that's good that she actually said it because it kind of pissed me off. Because there were a few other times too. I was like, "Girl, use your damn power.
Rumor this nigga.
Control him." What? Like so many situations that happen.
So
I'm like,
many.
you can end this now. It's over.
Bruh. So that was the most frustrating thing about her character for me. Like I said, I mean, like you said, all the actors did their jobs. It's not like on that kind of component I'm gonna have an issue with her. Diego, how you felt about him?
I liked him. I just had to keep reminding myself he's not the other guy.
He's Mexican Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Espanol.
Mexican Batman Arrow.
Batman Espanol.
Right. He works though for me. I like him a lot. I dig the actor. His power in terms of like the curving of the
bullseye
and stuff.
He's bullseye.
Basically, yeah, he's bullseye. Yeah, I mean that works. I liked his chemistry with the officer that died.
Oh yeah, girl, yeah. I like his chemistry with Mom too.
Yeah.
I
Me
thought
too.
that was really interesting.
They're really sweet. They
And
give him layers.
I don't know where. I don't know. Never mind. I just won't talk about that. But I did enjoy their exchange in the world in the time period that I guess doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, him and Mom.
Yeah, him and Mom. He takes her out to the park and she's like, "We've been lying to you.
Yeah.
Me and the monkey have been lying."
The monkey, Pogo Jojo.
Pogo.
I love Pogo Jojo. I thought he was gonna be the bad guy at first.
I thought so too.
I thought he was gonna flip the switch. Oh,
Okay.
spoiled.
There you go.
There you go. You don't have to worry about him. He's not fucked up.
Yeah.
Spoiled. Sorry. But what you about to say, Jay?
I was just about to say another revelation I had is once I got to episode 3 again, I was like, why the fuck is this monkey talking? But it took me 3 episodes to really, because I was watching it with my kid, and like he was like, "Mom, why is the monkey talking?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Wait, why the fuck is this monkey talking? It's a fucking monkey. What is going on?" And then something's up with monkeys.
Wait. So, but I'm saying, but did you get your answer? Do you feel?
No.
Well, so I actually just went with it.
I went with it too, but I want answers. Why the fuck is the
Because,
monkey talking?
dude,
I went with it.
we don't get the closest we get to an answer is at the fucking proto funeral is when he says, "Mr. Dr. Hargraves created me, and for that I will always be thankful."
That's it.
Fucking talking.
Son, by the end of the season, look, we don't get no background on Pogo. It's
they
like,
just said, "Motherfucker, this bitch gonna talk."
yep, just accept that this is Caesar Grandpa.
Right.
He preceded Mojo Jojo, so he's Pogo Jojo, and we're gonna just ride this whole wave. I mean, in the comics, they admit that it's an alternate reality. I mean, it's a reality apparently that JFK does not get shot, and a few other things in the comics is different for their world. And the time periods. They play with time here too. Like at times, you're not sure what year they're in. Honestly, if you pay attention, there's like pay phones at times. And somebody asked me, do they use a cell phone? I'm like, I feel like I did see a cell phone in this show, but it's trippy if they don't. But yeah, dude.
Oh wow, yeah, I don't know.
But Diego, I dug him at first. I dug what they did with him from episode to episode. He's the only true superhero of them still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He kept the fight going even though he left and hated Hargreaves. It's so trippy. You became what you're the only one that kept up. I'm just thinking about this. That kept up Hargreaves' dream even though you hated him.
Yeah. Right.
You stayed the course to try to save the world. He sent this other monkey nigga to the moon. But he had you out here you know what I mean? You still out here being Mexican Batman.
Right.
Yeah. You hear me? And I dug.
And everybody knows who you are. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's just a known vigilante with.
Right. It's like we all know who you are. It's like, yeah, good job on that secret identity.
I mean, in the comics, they all have like names too. Like,
yeah,
I forget what his name is because it's like the rumor, of course, is old girl. They call Klaus's seance.
Nice.
Ben was the horror because you know he got the monster coming out his body. I'm about to say, I got you. Try to think of other people's names, but we're gonna take a pause right here, man. We started this episode late, so we're gonna pick up. We're gonna pick up and like probably put like a commercial or something right here. You heard me? And then so when we come back around, it's gonna be like we never left.
Yeah,
so
man.
we're just gonna take a little break right fast, and you know,
It's a break for you.
and we're gonna get back. You dig? See you on the side.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right, that's yeah.
Okay.
Okay, man. I need you to get that
Okay, man.
context.
Okay, man.
Okay, man.
Someone.
Okay, man. Right. So, Marty's finally seen at least the rest of episode 8, the top of episode 9. And the reason why, when you came over here and you said, once again, we after the commercial break, just deal with us, we're in the future now, whatever.
Yeah, it happened.
And you said that I stopped on episode 8 right before right as Rumor tells Vanya her boyfriend is a fake. I'm like, wait, so you didn't finish episode 8? You stopped right before. Now you know I tripped.
Yeah.
Look where you stopped.
I'm not gonna say anything to you. I'm going to slowly go. No. I know where you stopped.
Right. Because it's just like before you said, oh yeah, before you picked up and finished 8, you said you stopped on episode 7 right before he met his dad, Seance. And I couldn't say that to you, like, oh, you motherfucker, because you stopped right before the good part. Same thing happened. You finish 7, you get to 8, and I'm like, the biggest part of 8 is that Vanya slices old girl's throat. He said he didn't see it. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? That's why I wanted you to watch 8. That's what I've been saying. Oh, I can't wait till you get to 8.
Oh, is that the moment that you've been like?
You put that moment with the beginning of 9, and you see that from childhood, Vanya been kind of a psycho.
Yeah, it's like this has been in the making
for a while.
Yeah.
And you see, these are the pieces because for the longest, you just feel like Hargreaves was horrible. But then over the course of this episode 9, they're going to show flashbacks of what made. No, I think you might have already seen that. Did you see when she was playing with her powers and he got cut?
Yeah, it's monocle. Yeah.
It's those different things that led up to, oh, that's why he put her ass on them pills. She probably bipolar, it seems. You know what I mean? Because I'm not of the thought that, you know what I mean, she's evil or anything, but I feel like, bitch, you're kind of off. I really feel like you got something mental going with you, mainly for the fact of like, nigga, when he gave you the pills, we gave you the pills and rumored your ass, you kind of chill, because otherwise it seemed like let you free with them powers and whatever's going on in your head, and you're gonna see more of why I think she's bipolar in episode 9, and it's like, all right, son, I see why Hargreaves kind of had to neuter you a bit. It's kind of fucked up. But girl, you was killing nannies. We have a robot mom because your ass was murking real nannies.
Well, also too, like, so it definitely played exactly, because my big question was, or at least one of my questions was, does the father redeem himself at any point? And you were like, no, not really, but you kind of understand where he's coming from by the end.
times.
Like, he's still an asshole, but you kind of get his assholish, way of doing things.
And even in 10, they give him a little bit more, but we don't see the full thing about him.
Well, once we what's this? Well, when we find out, we find out that he sent old boy to the Luther to the moon for nothing, basically.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, bitch, you gonna conjure him up because he's got an answer for this shit. And then there's that long pause until we get to him, and then we finally get to him, and he doesn't really have a good reason. And he's not really apologetic. He's not sorry about it. He's just like, yeah, I did that wrong. Yep. That was a mistake.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Right. He did not seem apologetic of who he was at the very least.
No, it's like I regret that decision, but
I want to see.
Would do it again more than likely.
I mean, his pops is on Save the World action.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, by any means necessary, apparently.
But no, it's So how do I feel? So here's my question. So she's been taking these pills since like a young child.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, she's kind of gone off on her own and left the family and kind of done her own thing. So at some point, she had to refill these pills.
She just trusted
somewhere else.
She just trusted. Imagine.
Where do these pills come from? If
we don't know what the pills are. That's why I feel like she might be bipolar, and they might just like be something to like level her out or something. You know what I mean? She might be on some kind of medication. Because at first when I first saw that, I was like, so did those pills like dampen her powers? And maybe they did. Maybe there's some like, because the thing is, they don't explain it fully. So maybe they're going to get into, he found some pills to either dampen her powers, or if the powers are attached to emotions, you know what I mean? Like, make her more docile. What you saying, man?
Yeah, I think it just made her more docile because I think I lost my thought. I think it made her more docile though.
And if you don't think you can do something, you're not going to try to do it.
Right.
True. And I guess removing the memory and stuff works. I don't know. I have a.
Because also Leonard ass threw away her pills, and that's when her personality started tripping a little bit more. She started kind of unraveling a bit more, and the powers started kicking in.
What's the villain's name from Civil War? Is it Nemo?
Yeah, Baron Zemo. No, Zemo.
He's very Zemo. That's what it is. He's very like when he walked in that door.
He does remind me of Zemo.
Smiling, it's sort of like this isn't what you planned, but it's
working
out better than you thought it would.
Well, he gave us a little smirk that was for the ages. That made me want to punch him in his fucking face.
Hell yeah, no, he's got the most punchable face on the show.
The most. Him and Luther are fighting for punchable face awards. I swear to God.
I got exactly what you meant, J.Steel, about Klaus and his willingness to jump into the mix for his family and stuff, and that was dope. I don't know. I dug the whole the next morning after he wakes up with the random chick, and he starts giving him crap about like popping his cherry and stuff, and we gotta go out and save the world. Come on,
he's amazing.
He makes it. He makes the show.
And there's another scene about why I feel like he's such a sweetheart for his family is gonna come up in 9. I think it's 9 because 9 and 10 kind of become a blur. But it's just it's not even this big moment or this big scene you have to look for. Right. But you're gonna be when we come back and talk about the last 2 episodes after you see them, you're gonna naturally feel how I'm feeling about that scene when I bring it up. I'm like, this is the scene I was talking about, right. And it's a multi-person scene. It's like multi-people, like it's like a few of them like deciding something, and Klaus is just on some. But let's be sensible, like. We on some family shit here, you know what I mean? And that whole scene, I'm like, I know, Klaus. I know. Why are our parents yelling?
I have somewhat of a question, but I think I want to just wait to find out.
Well, you asked me the question. I'm gonna see if you can fucking answer it.
I don't want you to. I feel like you will. It's a very simple question.
I probably won't.
And it'll be
J.Steel might.
Your face may give it away, though. I feel. You want to try? Want me to do it?
Okay. Well, me and J.Steel just look at each other.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Did they really kill Rumor?
I'm not gonna answer that. You gotta watch it. Like,
see. Okay.
You gotta watch.
That's what I was like. Yeah, I'll wait. I think I'm gonna wait.
No.
Yeah, that's my question.
You gotta watch.
Because here's the thing. I'm like, okay, you got to die for me to think that you're gonna die, and then
he said you got to die for me to think you're gonna die.
Because her hands and stuff are moving, and I'm like, well, they're on their way to the house, so that means I've seen scenarios where I'm like, well, this person is dead. They got their throat slit. And then they come back in the next episode. I'm like, okay, well, if they get to her in enough time, they could pull a, maybe she'll make it or whatever. And it's like, I really kind of don't want her to go. I'm kind of sad to see her leave. And it's like, It happened organically, and I'll accept it, but I don't want her to go.
Just hold on to that sadness, man.
Okay.
Just let that sadness just resonate and vibrate throughout your body.
You got it.
And let that sit with you.
I'm gonna lean into that then.
You know what I mean?
You said it.
I think the next time in life, if anyone asks me something like that, I'm gonna give them the wrong answer. You feel me? And then let them curse me out when they get the right answer. I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. You hear me? So no, but I don't feel like I gave you. I don't think. Oh, we don't think we gave you anything either way or the other. Just like nah, man, you gotta watch it.
Y'all good.
But yeah, dog. Like when Vanya slit that fucking throat, I was like, oh Lord, okay.
When both of you, when were you all hooked on this show? Were you hooked by the first episode?
Yeah.
By the end of the first one?
I was on first episode.
I would say probably the second episode. I was sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, by the end of the second episode.
Yeah, but just the whole concept, like even when I saw the preview, I was like, oh, this is dope. So really the concept kind of sold me, but then by episode 2, I was like, oh, okay.
So you saw the trailer beforehand and you dug it?
I saw it like right before I started watching it because I hadn't even heard of it. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, this is dope. So yeah.
How did you feel about the trailer?
I mean, the trailer's what made me watch it. Because what happened was, like, lately on Facebook, I'll be doing these, like, commentaries and, like, live tweeting of shows. But I wait for, like, I wait for time to pass. 'Cause, you know, on Twitter, it's, like, part of the culture of when it's on, everybody know, okay, if you tweet about whoop-de-woo. But on Facebook, culture's a bit differently. So if you live tweet on Facebook, somebody's going to get mad and be like, you spoiling. So what I try to do
I'm
is...
never going to watch, but I didn't want to know.
Bruh, I try. So usually I'll do that shit for shit like Game of Thrones. Bitch, if you ain't been watching Game of Thrones and you mad because I'm spoiling season 1, well, that's a problem. Because it's in season 7. Sorry.
It's about to end.
You hear me? Like, so you stupid for getting on me about that. But like something like Umbrella Academy had just dropped. Normally I wouldn't even like talk about it that early. But then like several people, I'm gonna say a good 3 or 4 people got on my wall. It was like, son, I want you to comment on this. I want your commentary on this. And I hadn't even heard of it. Because I don't just chill on Netflix and just, see the new things that are coming. That's because I didn't know the next thing we're about to talk about, trigger warning, was even a thing until people was like, oh yeah, that Killer Mike thing. I'm like, what? What Killer Mike thing? Yeah. Same difference. Other people told me to check out Umbrella Academy, so then I hopped on Netflix and I watched the trailer. I don't know who I was with, and I showed them a trailer too, but I watched the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, because if someone just puts onto your wall, you gotta see the Umbrella Academy, bro. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what the hell that is. But then when I saw, oh, it's some comic shit. Oh, I nigga do it. Tell me it was some comic shit. You know what I mean? Niggas got powers. I'ma watch.
I'm on board.
If there's a vigilante involved, I'm watching. Like, come on, man. So the trailer sold it. Then the first episode went by, and I was just enthralled by everything that was going on. I'm more so intrigued, curious. It was one of those, by the end of episode 1, I'm feeling positive about this, but I'm more like, where is this going? And then by the end of episode 2, you're like, okay, I'm just know to just be along for the ride. This is some, family type shit, you dig? And that's why I gotta implore us. I watched the first episode and a half of Doom Patrol. And like I was talking about how like this comic book is based off, like the creators been said, like, X-Men and Doom Patrol are like some influences for this, for them creating this. So it's just so funny. Like I think I said this before, like, that they dropped on the same date, Doom Patrol and Umbrella Academy. So I'm watching Doom Patrol and I'm like, I fucks with this. And I also see a certain through line of the dysfunctional family. Because, we saw Doom Patrol on season 1 of Titans.
Which was, at the time, my favorite episode. When that one aired, I was like, okay, cool. I'm more interested in these folks than the crew was supposed to be following.
Dude, it's even better by itself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
For real. Like,
I believe you. That was my hope.
Yeah, and your hope, I'm going to tell you that. Spoilers. I'm going to tell you, like, because I'm watching it. And because I remember when I first saw the first episode of Titans, I'm like, I like it, but it's kind of clunky. I remember the first episode of this, and I'm like, it's not clunky. It's just, it's smoothly telling its story. You know what I mean? And it is so cool. I ain't gonna say that. No, I was about to say one of my favorite things about, and it happened in the second episode too. So, see, it's one of those things where it's not really a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler at all, honestly.
Okay.
Or I guess it's okay. What makes it technically a spoiler is you haven't seen it, so you don't know. So I'll be spoiling something.
It's somewhat of a surprise in my experience.
it's just not letting you have the same experience as me.
Okay.
I got to get some freshness and figure things out in a way. And what's funny is this isn't even that deep. But when we watch Doom Patrol and then we come back, I'm gonna go. That's the thing I was talking about. But I wanted it to dawn on you.
Gotcha.
You hear me? And then etc. But it's really a small thing. But it gives it character. I've never seen a show do this.
But you do you're on board. You recommend Doom Patrol wholeheartedly.
I'm not gonna say wholeheartedly yet.
Okay, all right.
I mean, the first episode, I really, really dug the first episode. I liked the second episode, but for something about it, I think because I had to go do something else, so it might have just been the context of where my mind was. But something about the second episode, I still want to know what happens, but I wasn't as invested. But that's me saying this now. I'm gonna go back and watch it, and I'm gonna have a whole different experience.
Have you seen Doom Patrol yet? No.
I
Okay.
haven't seen any of it yet.
You know what Doom Patrol is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
All right, cool,
but I haven't
cool.
seen it.
Yeah, so...
Did you see any of Titans?
Pieces
Pieces.
of Titans.
Okay.
Yeah. Bits and
Okay.
pieces.
Fair enough.
But I didn't watch the whole show consistently at all.
Okay. All right.
Umbrella Cat. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to leave off on to speak on that, because at a point, like I said, all these episodes start becoming a blur.
Yeah, they do.
So it's like I don't even want to be like, what's your favorite episode? Because I couldn't even tell you my favorite episode. I can tell you moments. So what's some moments, I guess I should be asking you guys, that you really dug or that stuck out for you?
Oh, I can't talk about it.
Oh, your favorite moments are 9 and 10?
Man.
9 and 10 is where hers
My
reside.
favorite moment is in 10, and I literally cannot, because it's a huge spoiler.
Oh, okay.
But it
You
was
have-
a moment
I
for me
appreciate
where
that.
I was just like, oh shit, this is fucking amazing.
Well,
Can
you
you
got to
say
have
what's-
another moment you
Well,
liked before 10.
How about this?
Or stood out.
Just out of my curiosity, can you at least tell me, is there a particular character who's involved in
I
this
can-
one?
Don't do it.
Can't even do that?
No.
Okay.
It will, no.
Alright, fair enough. No, okay.
Because I think we talked about this before, so like 8, 9, 10 was probably going to hook you to the
Yeah.
show now.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
Well, and that's something I wanted to say. It's one of those things where I see the potential here. It's like an early relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I see the potential here, but I'm just sort of dragging my feet to climbing on board.
Especially where you keep stopping. The next time I talk to you, you gonna be like, I'm like 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
away from the end.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be looking like,
Pause it.
and I'm gonna do you exactly what happened just now. We're gonna watch it together, my brother. I keep telling you, son, we're gonna make us a day one day to just smoke and watch shit. we need to just plan that out. Oh, and J.Steel, you gotta come too, cause you behind on every damn thing. We need a comic comic show watch one day.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to
Or a
tell
few
you.
of those.
Remember when I started, okay, you guys will remember it because it just happened. But remember when I started something about my cable being out and I couldn't quite remember what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to hit you up at least like 3 times. I was kind of like, I'm not going to hit him up. I'm not going to bother him. Like 3 times I thought, I can't watch nothing here. I might as well just hit him up
come
and
on
make
over.
this a perfect time.
Come on
to
over,
do it.
baby.
And I didn't.
We would have been
But-
chilling and smoking
Yeah,
and watching
okay,
whatever the
fair
fuck we need to
enough.
watch, dog.
Fair
You need to understand this. A lot of times this is the watch house. A lot of times I put some shit on and nigga be like, I ain't start watching that yet. You didn't, huh? Oh, come on, roll up. We're pressing play. We're going. Cheerio. So
Well,
die.
I may call your card on that for Doom Patrol, and I may not worry about trying to catch it on the pirate side. I'll just.
All I can do, I can send it to you like I did before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So-
That can happen as well.
Or I could just give you my freaking DC Universe information. I mean, there's many
Anyway.
ways for us to skin this cat. Not saying you can't come through. I'm just saying we got options. We're a technology world. However our schedules make it work, man. I'm about whatever. Cause I love this shit, dog. Like I said, I told you I need to restart it and watch when I say I love shit, I mean just all the comic book shows. It's like you have to be really, really bad at your job. Iron Fist, Elektra, Ghost Rider, to get me to not like your comic book property. You got to be horrible at your job. Right? Because I'm already ready, biased to want to like this because that's the lore I love. So
Movie Daredevil.
and I'm just saying, I didn't hate that. See what I'm saying? Dude, there's shit that you probably hate that I probably would have given a pass to. I was like, I didn't hate that.
Yeah, not that one. Not that one. Although I did enjoy Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
And I thought
I did appreciate
Colin
that.
Farrell was a funny bullseye, son. I mean, the popcorn scene with the old lady on the plane is like classic.
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, it has its moments.
It's not absolute like Elektra,
It has its moments.
Catwoman, Iron Fist season 1. Iron Fist season 1 isn't even absolute trash as I look at Elektra and Catwoman. But as far as the TV shows go, it's one of the most trashiest comic TV
worst.
shows.
The worst.
You know what I mean? Like those movies might be worse than Iron Fist, but when we got things like Punisher and Daredevil and Arrow and Flash, and then you come with that shit, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you came with that shit.
Keep in mind, they also had the first season of Daredevil under their belt, the second season of Daredevil under their belt, right?
They had 2 seasons of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, all before Iron Fist came.
Yeah, so it's just it's kind of like everybody else before you has done fantastic.
Showed you how to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of it looks bad if you come in and ruin it. But you know.
What you think the worst comic movie you ever saw, or worst TV show you ever saw comic wise, J.Steel?
Ooh.
Wait, movie or?
Either or both. No, both. I always say if you give me options, I'm going with both.
Be nice to
Worst
me.
movie that you could say on the comic book tip. Worst show that you might have watched on the comic book tip.
Daredevil.
The movie.
Catwoman, yeah.
See, I knew Bill like a
I
Ben
knew-
Affleck.
I
I'm about to say it's the
knew it
Ben
was
Affleck
gonna be
effect.
I knew it.
And then I don't really have a TV show. I haven't seen a superhero TV show that I don't like yet.
Did you watch Iron Fist?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, I really
You
did.
did- you did
I saw,
exactly what you were
I saw the
supposed to
first
do.
episode and I was done. That was it.
Oh.
So I
Oh
just- I
shit!
forgot
She
about
didn't even give
I
it a
forgot existed.
season. She didn't even give it a
I was
season.
done.
I gotta admire you. No, you're like, this is garbage, and I won't give it my time. And then I said, nah, I'm gonna hate watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, no, you're a better person than me.
But like back to that question though. So far in Umbrella Academy, standout scene or favorite scene.
So far, I'm trying to think as Klaus had a real standout moment, and not really, but for me, the biggest standout scene, if I could say so, is the action scene. The action scene where Chaka and Hazel.
Cha-cha.
Sorry, Chaka. Why I call it Chaka?
I don't know why.
I don't know where that came from.
Because Mary J.
Chaka.
Blige, the R&B singer, you had a little
Chaka.
moment.
Yeah,
Chaka Khan.
I did.
Mary J.
Mary J. That go together.
Motherfuckers sing.
Yeah, but the scene where they break in and they wind up like kidnapping Klaus at the end of it.
That whole fight scene was amazing when they
Yeah.
fucked up their the house.
Mhm.
That was amazing. I think I buried the lead on the last episode, but of course, when the kids when we get our very first flashback of them in action,
Yeah.
that
that's
to me
really
is
cool.
might be the best of the before we get to 8, 9, 10 for me, because I don't know. Whenever I think of the show, that scene comes to mind. Most times, like first, like
Yeah.
that scene, them as kids in the masks. Oh my
And
goodness.
Another moment.
I almost spoiled you. Keep going.
Another moment that stands out for me is the God damn it! What's the bad guy's name from Incredibles?
Oh, another one from
Syndrome.
episode
Syndrome.
9 just stood out. Damn, yeah, bitch, you gotta finish.
Yeah,
Keep
you
going.
gotta finish it.
Damn.
For real.
The Syndrome episode where we basically kind of get his origin
Oh,
story.
and that was interesting.
Yeah, I like that, and how he winds up killing his dad, but. Before that, when he dresses up like one of the kids and decides like he's gonna throw a mask
So
on and just
sad.
walk
Be
in
down
with them.
and be down.
It just be down because look, I look like you, and I'm pretty sure I'm like you because I was born on the
Same day.
Like,
So
get
sad.
your little ass out of here.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was Moto,
sex was involved and 9 months
Yeah.
happened, but same day.
You know, and he's like, get your little ass out of here, man. He was so much more polite than I'm sure they would have been had there not been so many people watching.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
But
he didn't seem to care about those people.
He seemed to
The people laughed at him being rude to this kid.
Yeah, cause it was sort of in a, I'm 3 on the car. You give me a thing. This is me and my, wherever I'm from. This is how
Wherever
I
I'm
do
from.
things.
And that's an interesting thing. That's an interesting question that you say, wherever I'm from, as for regarding Dr. Hargreaves. But, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, you.
I mean, I'm talking comic book shit. They don't explain any of it. They're gonna give you a hint.
You need to finish this show.
Yeah, that's why she gave you that
face.
look. They're gonna give you
It's your face.
they're gonna give you a hint of it only in season 10. I mean, season 10. Damn, that's a long time. Episode
You're
10.
literally gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but yeah, they're only gonna give you a hint. The only reason I understand what that hint is now is because I read comics and they let you know from the beginning what's up with his background. But they didn't give us really none of
Is
his
that
shit.
the thing you got spoiled on?
Nope.
Oh. Okay, no more questions.
The thing I got spoiled on. I'll let you know when you finish.
Okay.
But yeah. Damn, you gotta finish. But what I was about to say, wait, damn, I had a thought. You said that Hargreaves. I lost it. The thought is gone.
Oh, well, yeah. That's the only really memorable moments really that stand out. Like, I want a second your.
I love how they played that episode with. Oh no, pause. I know what my thought was. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
If this nigga Hargreaves is so aware of his squad that he left number 7 out, this motherfucker know he ain't got 8 kids. You weren't gonna walk up and just join the pack, because this ain't even everybody. You know what I mean? He purposely hiding one of these motherfuckers in a car. So, my nigga, you thought you was gonna walk in and some extra nigga?
Really?
Nigga?
Is that just
it was over. It was over.
I would have just, like, he fucked up by really talking to the kids. I would have just, like, fell in line with them motherfuckers. Like, he stopped and like, hey, do you think you could put in a good word for me so I can get in here? I'm like, God damn it, you've drawn their attention to you. Now you have no shot of getting in the building.
The only way to be down for him is if he would have just, from the jump, popped off with a power. Like, hey, I'm down. You hear me? Not just rolling in being ordinary with this whack ass fit. And it makes me.
I already got an ordinary one. Get out of here.
Exactly. And it well, she's not so ordinary.
You know.
But
don't tell anybody. I heard a rumor you didn't hear.
I heard a rumor. You feel me? But I was about to say, it makes me wonder, and they have to do it. They have to, especially for the series. I don't know what happens future in the comics because I didn't read them all, of course. But they speak about there were like 42 or 43 of these births, and he only got 7.
So where are the other ones?
Where are the other ones?
Right.
Are these future villains? Are these future allies? You know what I mean? If some of these original kids die, do we get some of these motherfuckers to come join the squad? Who knows? Because that's a 1 specific ass number, but 2 pretty big ass number to be saying this amount of motherfuckers got powers, but you only got 7 of them. What's going on? I really, and I say this, spoiler, they don't get into none of that by the end of the season. We don't, like I said, there's so much to unravel in this series, and it just got greenlit for season 2, of course. Okay. So like, you know what I mean, that is going to be interesting, a very, very interesting road. But what I was about to say, as far as another one of my favorite moments in the entire show was the episode when he went back in time. Like when they let you go through a whole episode and then reverse all that shit. And make other moments happen. Because what's funny is, and now I'm not Jessica's J.Steel's tagging out, just so you know. So when you don't hear her, that's where she at.
Be quiet, J.Steel.
But I wonder. Damn, lost my thought again because J.Steel left. But what was I just saying?
You were talking about going back in time.
Oh yeah. I love that those same moments, most of them that happen there happen, but differently in ways with different people. Like for instance,
silly question.
Go ahead. What's in?
Oh, so. So when he goes into the bureau or whatever,
number 5, my nigga.
Yeah, number 5. When he sends those messages out to Cha-Cha and Hazel to kill each other.
Yeah.
And then he comes back in time before he sends those. Mm-hmm. And then somehow they still get sent when it plays out again.
Because he went back in time. It's timey-wimey shit. Huh? He sent those in the future.
Right.
But he went back beyond that point of when he even before he went to the real world of when right before they would have been sent. You feel me? So it's like I'm from 9:30 sending something to 9:15, and it's gonna be sent at 9:15 no matter what. But I'm gonna go back in time to 9:12.
I got it.
Yeah, I made that. My future self is doing shit. You hear me? And my future self went into the past. You know what I mean?
It's called chess, nigga.
Yeah, I love time travel shows for the mind fucks that come from them like that. I am a fan of time travel shows in general. Quantum Leap was up. Well, it's not necessarily time travel, but in a way, he did. He was body jumping and time traveling.
It falls under.
You know what I mean? Well, I should say Back to the Future was up, I guess. You know what I mean? But that's just so cliche. There's so many other time travel joints. But yeah, but I was, but like just to say, I don't, because that's the thing, I don't know what happens when all the time. But like for instance, about how those same beats play out differently. In the original version of the time travel, Diego and Klaus had a moment together as brothers while while Diego was tying Klaus up so Klaus could get clean.
Yeah.
You feel me? And Klaus is going to have a moment with another brother instead that still kind of hits home for these brothers need to have a moment or what have you. And it's stuff like that. Things play out no matter what. I think that's the brilliance of writing, to readjust them so make those same things still make sense. It's like we've spoiled you on what's going to happen, but we're going to shake it up and it's going to still catch you by surprise.
One thing, I don't know if I missed it maybe, because like I said, I was multitasking in the first viewing of the first couple episodes, but a thing I was kind of hoping for, which I'm not really sure I'm going to get at this point, was a little more backstory on the brother that died.
We don't even find out how he died in this season.
Okay.
Yeah, we all feel that way.
Because he just sort of pops in and pops out. It's like, oh yeah, can we?
Oh no, we're gonna get more of him.
Okay.
We're gonna get more of him.
More background though.
No
like
background.
Nothing.
No.
Okay.
He
just shows up more.
I mean, he rides to the end of the season. You know what I mean? And he's gonna play an important part for Seance to figure out more about his powers. Because that's you the dead nigga. I'm trying to learn how to do more with my dead nigga powers. Oh, let me experiment on you, dead nigga. So that brotherly thing and that's not even the moment I was talking about, but that thing with Klaus and him. Ben Still's gonna matter. By the end of it, you're gonna be like, Ben still mattered. He's not just round just to be round. You feel me? He's gonna matter. But we're not gonna find out his background, what happened to him, or none of that this season. Unfortunate.
Okay. All right.
And that's a curious decision for them to make when you think about, we kind of gotten by the end of episode 10, we will have gotten some kind of story about each one of them at least. You know what I mean? We get Diego, the reason why he's so connected to Mom, because Mom helped him speak and helped him as a kid, and we see these moments with them. We see when Klaus was did you guys at that point when he was a kid and how his dad
locked him in the thing with them.
Boom. So we got that. We even see number 5 having an issue and all the kids trying to say something to Dad. And number 5's like, he's never talked to us any damn way. You know what I mean? We have and we have the whole episode of number 5 when he first went back in time. We have I'm just trying to make sure. I think everybody.
Yeah, it was such a disappointment.
Did Luther get a background? Did Luther get a flashback episode? No, he didn't then.
No, we just started with him on the moon, right? That was
neither Luther nor Ben.
No, Luther did when he goes on that mission.
The monkey shit. We find out what happened to the monkey, and we get background on him and Rumor as kids when they were trying to kick in his shit. So we get some of that with them. Rumor gets that. So it's really, curiously, only Ben. I understand he's the dead one, but he's still a part of the cast. It's not like they left him as a memorial and we only just talk about Ben. We never see him, or we might have seen him once. No, Ben is in these episodes. Ben be giving Klaus advice. Ben be round. So
he doesn't listen.
You hear me? The most we ever got of Ben was in that scene when he was a kid, and you could see as a child he wasn't even into all this action shit. And but we see there's a monster that comes out of him apparently, or he turns into a monster. And he remember when they were kids in that bank robbery. He's vicious. He's vicious for real.
All dressed like drenched in blood.
Yes.
He's like,
That's the most we get. And I'm like,
I think I got the impression it wasn't that he went into the superhero shit, but it was like, I really gotta eat these niggas again.
Well, that means I feel like you ain't into the superhero shit, nigga. When your power is a monster seemingly comes out of your chest or your body, nigga, and just fucks up the world, I think that's something you want to do all the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
that's okay. I hope we get into some background then at some point.
I hope we get more into it. But I think by the end of season 10, I keep saying that. Episode 10. By the end of episode 10, we have no choice but to, in a way.
Okay.
And I'll leave that there.
All right.
Yeah, man. So that's what we're gonna leave Umbrella Academy for now, man.
Cool.
I'm digging the show. J.Steel's digging the show. Marty kind of likes her.
I like her, yeah. I think she's got our potential.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, he'll give her a date number 3. You know, it's not all gone.
Yeah, I mean, I still got Hulu. I gotta show some love.
I still got it. It's a Netflix show, fucker.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
All right, man. So moving on, man. Let's get into some news, man.
Yeah.
So apparently.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. You know who Luther reminds me of with those goddamn big ass arms? Fucking Shazam.
Oh, Shazam looks better. He does.
Maybe a little bit.
He does.
He did have a little Popeye thing going on in that last scene. I'm like, damn, it looks bigger on the TV. I should start watching this on the TV instead of my computer screen.
I want to.
So much better. It did. I was like,
I mean, when you realize that it's part of it and that it's that's the point. He's like.
He's meant to be sort of.
Yeah, it's meant to be. Because I would have been mad if he took off his shirt and he just looked like a big muscular man and we're supposed to believe that's normal muscles. But the fact that, no, it's experiment, he got monkey body, I mean, that's what made me be like, okay. And from the beginning when I saw it, I knew it was weird. That's why, but I always trusted that we're going to get an answer. You know, so that's why I wasn't really tripping. Like I said, his body isn't what blows me. Parts of what he be on be blowing me. And now that you're in episode 9 and 10, you're going to see a few of those moments of, come on, Luther, bro. Diego, you need to be the leader, nigga. Diego, number 5, need to be leader, but number 5 go on his own little tips so much that apparently he can be. But like,
he be on his own shit sometimes.
I mean, he's an old man though.
Yeah, he's kind of like you youngins,
bro. Right? Like, we got to continue to take that in, dog. Like, no, this is an old ass man. And to a degree, I felt like that lady, the one that was his boss, the one that the one that recruited him. I was like, do you like this nigga or something?
Yeah, it did sort of. You got that too,
dude.
Right?
I got the feeling like she had a thing for number 5, especially you let him on the squad after he was just going again. She earnestly let him on the squad, easily to me, to say that he was just opposing you.
Yeah, you just had a contract out on him,
bruh. Couple.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We keep going back to fucking.
I know, so but at least the shit we ain't talk about. But like, dog, that's a thing, dog. Like, she really was like, join us, and I'm thinking it's a setup, number 5, and that's why I was glad the whole time number 5 stayed on his tip to be like, look, I'm even still taking niggas out. Because remember he had that list of like 2 or 3 people that would affect the apocalypse, and one of them he got murked. And let them do it and just gave another reason like, oh yeah, food poison is going to kill that guy because we need him dead for this and that. Right. Yeah. And they even know I'm backwards engineering, still trying to set you up. I love that. Oh, I'm going to go in here in the belly of the beast and do that because number 5 a G. But that lady kept flirting with him.
Yeah, she was sort of. Well, I thought that the flirting was maybe to sort of just kind of keep him close more so than interest by the time we got to the end of it.
I think it was both.
You think it was a little bit of both?
I think it was admiration at one point, and then it was then when the distrust set in, because off the dump, she wasn't a dumb person. Like she said, she had the tracker on them, and you know what I mean? She even came in the bathroom in a unisex situation in the future, and that was so weird, because you're going to have a...
peeking over my motherfucking stall, dude. That is...
Creep.
Party foul of the biggest, highest multitude.
Yeah.
That's
why you had to get shot in the face twice. Because when she got shot in the face or blown up by number 5.
She got blown up, yeah.
And then what else happened to her?
Oh, something else happened to her?
Oh, no. I thought he shot her, then blew her up.
Well,
then that shit happened? He just blew her up?
Yeah, he ran around the corner, pulled
He picked a gun or something up at some point. Then number 5, I might just put shit in my brain.
I don't remember him picking up a gun.
He did something.
Had the gun.
She pulled, okay. That's where the gun come from.
Yeah, okay.
She pulled out a gun on him, and then he blew that ass up. Right, there we go. I had this imagery of gun.
Now you're like, somebody had a gun.
A gun is happening here.
I know a gun when I see a gun.
Fuck.
It was a gun.
But
oh yeah, I got you.
But but she was a very interesting character, man. I dug her.
I like that actress.
Yeah,
too.
she's been around though. She's been in the game.
I was just sort of happy to see another familiar face because I was just kind of like, I was just, man. At a certain point, I was just kind of like, never mind. I don't want to say that. I was just kind of falling asleep on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like she kind of woke me up a bit, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the whole background with 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that was a nice sort of break from the current action. You know.
I mean, I felt like with their 10 episodes, they knew how they wanted to maneuver them, and when, like you said, they might have been a part of Slug, they knew, okay, we got to throw this in here. Let's throw this in here.
Yeah, but okay, I don't keep going. One more thing I want to say is huge disappointment that the chick that he was like,
Dolores.
Dolores when he came back. was a goddamn mannequin, dude.
I mean,
that was a straight disappointment for me, my man.
They didn't.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. They did, but I'm gonna put it like this: they didn't let it go on for long enough for me to be disappointed.
Okay.
Because it was like what, episode 3 or something. It was pretty
into
early too. It was pretty early.
Early when he goes into.
If they would have had him pining and talking about goddamn Dolores for like 6 or 7 episodes, and we find out it was a fucking mannequin, I'd have been kind of mad. But I think it was just a nice little quirk because, like, even with all his sense, and he's the smartest nigga in the room, he's a legendary killer, he still just has this attachment to this fucking mannequin.
Yeah, right.
Son, even I'm gonna say even up until the end, like he has a. Because I don't know if this happens. I don't know if you've seen this happen or it's about to happen. But I don't mind spoiling this part at all. But like I know up until the very end of the season, he's still talking to Dolores and shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nigga, you've been back with your regular people in the real world for a minute, but you still regarding this mannequin Dolores as an entity, and we're like at episode 9, nigga. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess.
You know, like you had a castaway moment.
I mean, that's what they said, man. It was just Wilson, man.
Except you had 20
But
more
everybody
years
needed these quirks, I think. You know what I mean? You had Dolores, even though you was together. Diego was a stutterer. Seance on drugs. Ben, you dead. Ruma ain't using your power no more. Luther's a tool. Vanya didn't know she had power, so she going crazy. Everybody had these little quirks, and they just, worked. And that's why I'm saying when we get to Doom Patrol, it's like everyone's flawed. Even freaking Cyborg. And we're going to get introduced to Cyborg this season. I keep doing this. To episode 2. So, yeah, man. But into the news, dog. Apparently, Candyman just got casted. Casted. I don't like the word cast. Casted is not a word, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's the bright new face?
Black Manta. I forgot you didn't like Black Manta.
I did not like him.
But you liked him in the Get Down. Did you see the Get? You saw the Get Down.
Who was in the Get Down?
Cadillac.
Nigga!
You heard me with the dancing. Dude, with the Bush Cadillac, one of the best.
Motherfucking Cadillac was in motherfucking.
Look at his face, you don't see. Put the fro on him, dog. That's Cadillac from the Get Down.
Oh shit, he was awful. How did that happen?
Son, I just think
so
that might have been what he was going for, son, because he's dynamic as an actor if you see him on the Get Down. He's dynamic.
Oh yeah, no, he's in that. He's in Baywatch.
I heard he was funny in Baywatch.
He was fucking hilarious in Baywatch.
See what I'm saying? So
I like him. That's the thing.
So
I like him.
So his Black Manta interpretation, you just might have not fucked with his interpretation more so than his skill, because he's a beast. Shit. And he from New Orleans, shouts out, but he's a beast.
I feel so bad for shitting on him now, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, son.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
He's Candyman now.
All right. Okay. All right, yeah, no, I'm down for. I'll go for that.
We're talking about a film produced by Ryan Coogler. The director, I keep forgetting this woman's name.
Is produced by Ryan Coogler?
I'm sorry, Jordan Peele. My bad.
Oh, okay, man. I was like, wow, that's
because Ryan Coogler. Because didn't we just talk about Ryan Coogler? Oh, because he's doing the Fred Hampton movie. That's what we talked about. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Then talked about that on Fly with Bats. That Ryan Coogler's directing the Fred Hampton movie.
Fred Hampton?
Yeah, Black Panther. Straight Black Panther shit. Yes. And he's going to have Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield in that motherfucker. And I think my brain hiccup because Lakeith Stanfield is also going to be in this Candyman movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, people thought he was going to be Candyman. I was like, nah, Lakeith, he's not going to be Candyman.
Yeah, y'all talking about that on the Fly with Bats, right?
Most likely. Because he doesn't have that kind of presence for Candyman. Candyman has to be like a taller, like a big man. He has to have a presence. And it's just, you don't have that. Like, he's an amazing actor, my nigga. But if they was to make Lakeith Stanfield Candyman, they would have to go like more psycho, like, because you know how a small psycho, Chucky, you know what I mean, or whatever, a small psycho, if they're crazy enough, will unnerve you. And they would have to unnerve us for someone to the stature of Lakeith, or even myself. Because, dude, I ain't gonna front, dog. There's a contingent of motherfuckers on my Facebook that kept on pushing for me to be Candyman. Two friends of mine on Twitter even added Jordan Peele to consider me for the film. And I'm like, dog, my stature, I'm a smaller guy. I wouldn't, even though I got presence, I appreciate y'all. I wouldn't cast me as Candyman unless I put on some freaking pounds. You feel me? So when I see a cat like, I want to say his name, man. Lawrence, where are you? Yahya Abdul Mateen. I hope I got it right. Second.
That nigga, he's gonna say it.
He gonna get me.
He's good, yeah.
But yeah, man, he's the perfect stature. I feel like he's gonna have to bring the right intensity. I think it's gonna work because one of the other guy ideas I had for Candyman was Aldous Hodge. I thought he'd be an interesting Candyman. You got a problem with this actor too?
No, I love the actor.
Okay, I'm about to say, damn, son, we just not on point today.
No, right? No, I love him definitely. MC Ren is my nigga.
Right?
Yeah, dug him in Underground too.
That's when he showed them chops.
Yeah, I didn't watch Leverage, but apparently he was.
I remember being on the poster of Leverage. I didn't watch it either. This guy's been doing shit. He's been around.
Yeah,
he's been around.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah, told you that hard, bitch.
But so, with all that said,
this nigga even look like the old Candyman, bro.
Yeah, he does kind of have that look, right? Well, here's my thing. All that said, fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him for that.
Hold up, Nia DaCosta is the director's name that's doing this. Nia DaCosta. But what you saying?
Oh, okay, I'm saying with that said, I'm a fan.
Oh, you wouldn't see him being Candyman?
No.
Well, potato. But Lakeith getting that work to say that, you know what I mean? He's getting that. I stand by Atlanta is the Rat Pack cash right now, son.
Oh, hell yeah.
I said it earlier, and I'm gonna say it again, dog. They getting it in. Like there's no
that's a perfect dude. That's absolutely a perfect like way of looking at them. That's what they are.
There's no weak spots. They're all dynamic. They're all killing the game right now. I'm surprised they have time to continue Atlanta. I know Atlanta didn't end no time soon, but god damn, like all of them are some busy people.
I mean, FX. I think definitely is sitting on Donald Glover's lap right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't see Atlanta ending anytime soon.
No. My point is, if it ended, it wouldn't end because of FX.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be end because he's like, we're done.
I mean, it would end because look at this cast. All these motherfuckers is busy.
Oh yeah.
They're all becoming movie stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
People working.
You hear me? Who we talking about?
Atlanta.
Good
and
job.
It's taking forever because the season is delayed.
That's not what we're talking about.
Oh,
See,
it's not?
now you're coming with new into it. What you talking about? What news? I ain't know it's delayed.
What season is Atlanta?
3 now.
It's delayed.
Because of their schedules?
I don't know. I just remember seeing a headline. I read a piece of it and I didn't finish it, but I know they said something about Atlanta may not be released for another year and a half.
Oh, that's old news. That's an old article.
It's like a month.
No, I saw that article.
I saw it.
As I'm saying, I saw that article months ago.
Oh. Okay.
That it might not be released when they thought it was gonna be released. Now, if it got delayed again, well, damn.
Didn't they say that the last time it came out like sooner than they thought?
I thought they said that after the season 2 because I feel like I've been read that article, but they might have.
Yeah, I felt like they said season 2 is gonna be delayed because he's doing solo, he's so busy, and the next thing I know,
but now
Robin season.
But now it's not just Donald.
Yeah, no, all of them are. It's just hard to gotta pencil it in.
Again, dog.
Pencil it in.
Again, Lakeith got Fred Hampton and Candyman. Zazie, she's got freaking Joker.
I forget about her.
She's Domino. She's Domino. She's on Joker. Brian Tyree Henry, he's about to be in Candyman. He was just into the Spider-Verse. He was just Beale Street. Chucky. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. Child's Play, the deceased. Child's Play. He was just into the Spider-Verse. He's I just said what he just did.
Oscar.
Beale Street, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and Donald Glover, he's Donald Glover. He does everything. So, whoa. Oh, and great transition. Whoa wants to be Batman.
Joey Lawrence
and his overwaxed eyebrows will stay the fuck away from Batman. I'm sick of this.
Can we untan him first?
Can we unbotox him second?
Can we just not do this?
Can we give him some hair because he's bald now?
Can we not do this?
He has officially and loudly thrown his name in the whoa hat and thinks anyone's going to take him seriously as Batman.
I think we need to just not do this with Batman. Just let him be.
I mean,
just let him just immortalize him. He's dead.
No, Batman's not dead, but Joy Lawrence just can't be him. No.
The portrayal of Batman in film is dead, and we need to let it pass away.
Jessica, bro, you got me saying your real name, dog. You gonna stop this
full name.
goddamn Batman
That's not my name.
blasphemy?
not.
What you saying,
I
Marty?
love Batman. I'm just saying.
Fuck, I gotta get something fucking you blew me. What you saying, Marty?
I was just saying maybe I wanna have Marty blame Donald Glover for, just being like, hey, it'd be a dope idea to cast me as Spider-Man. You did this.
I want Donald Glover to fucking be Batman then.
Yeah, can we do that?
No.
Ooh, let's do that.
All of you.
No.
I want him.
Absolutely not.
I want him to be Batman, and when he's
Awful.
Oh wow!
and
You know what?
when
I just
I
got
want
a picture.
his
Awful.
Batman. I want his Batman voice to sound like Teddy Perkins. Fuck all of you.
Awful.
Oh, okay.
She is
That's what I
just
want.
so disrespectful.
I'm so disrespectful.
So left.
I am Batman! No, I'm not for it.
I am the darkness.
And you have no idea.
I think that'll be amazing.
Nope.
That'll be amazing.
Nope.
It's 2019.
Nope.
I would love to hate.
Make Batman a woman. Fuck it.
There's Batwoman. Why? What's the point?
Make Batman a woman.
But that's Batwoman.
Yeah, but she's stiff.
Stop hating on that lady, bro. Ruby.
She's good when she doesn't talk.
Give it a
Watch John
season,
Wick 2.
and then we'll talk. We cannot prejudge, bro. We can't prejudge, bro.
We are not prejudging.
We are prejudging.
She's shown up on the show and
One time for
stood
2
there
seasons.
like a fucking brick.
Arrow episode 1. Stephen Amell was not what we got. So I'm going to stand by it. We got to get this lady a season before we really judge her.
Stephen Amell, how many things was Stephen Amell in? Can we judge some of the other stuff? Because
He was just wooden in his first few episodes. Will Smith, season 1, Fresh Prince.
this
is
not her first rodeo.
But it's her first time doing this character. And you said you loved her in Orange is the New Black, so she can't be a bad actor. It's the character she's trying to do.
She's not.
And
That's what I'm
you
saying.
you having a Yahya Abdul Mateen moment.
But she's not good.
Yahya
all the
Abdul
time.
Mateen. You hated him in Black Manta.
I
But then you
didn't
realize
know
he's
him.
in The Get Down and in Baywatch.
He was
Shamonli.
just so terrible. There was no way I was gonna make that connection because he was so awful. I wouldn't have.
What about-
why would I associate good with that?
His face. You didn't recognize. He was his acting was so bad that you
He
forgot.
looked like a whole new nigga.
Fuck.
That nigga was so bad. He turned into a new nigga in my eyes. That is not my nigga. That is not. That might be your nigga.
That's not my
but
Mateen.
That is not.
That's not my Mateen.
No, that is not.
New Orleans own. I'm gonna claim I'll give up.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
I'm sorry.
He left when he was like 12, so technically he grew up in Cali, but fuck that.
Oh, really?
You had
Okay.
12 good years here, little nigga. New Orleans nigga.
Those are important years.
You know about our culture.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bro. Joy Lawrence, stay away. Stay away.
No, stay away.
Run away.
Will
Never
Smith
return.
has left the Suicide 2 joint.
Wait, what?
Will Smith not gonna be in Suicide 2. Suicide Squad 2. Suicide 2.
I mean, I thought everybody was out.
No, see, apparently, Warner Brothers wanted to keep the bigger names. So Margot, Will, Viola, they wanted to keep
Joker.
They didn't say Joker.
God, I hope not.
They
Nobody
didn't say
wants
Joker.
him. Nobody wants him.
I like them.
I mean, he's moving on to Morbius. Oh, talk your shit, man. What you
I
saying? You
just
like?
how he looked.
She like Jared
That's it.
Leto?
I like the look. The physical look. That was it.
Most people hate that too.
I like the look. I thought it was cool.
What?
Everybody hate. I know. I'm sorry.
I don't hate Jared Leto's Joker. I was
Did
curious
you-
to see more.
Mm.
Because we talked
Yeah,
about how
we
they
did.
heavily edited it, so we really didn't get to see what his
He was
full
supposed to
scope
more
would be.
despicable.
So I was gonna give him
I
one.
saw the uncut.
I like.
saw the extra
I wanted to
moments.
see. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him in a Batman movie without Zack Snyder and see what we go to. What that director would
That'd
have
be interesting.
appointed him like. I felt like, come on, guys, Jared Leto, he can act. I felt like he
can,
had the
yeah.
which makes me feel like he had the capacity, but it was the script and the director that didn't control him correctly, didn't get him in the right path. The director is supposed to get the vision together, and I feel like there's parts of his. I feel like he could have done something with the right direction, dog. So I was gonna give him another one because he wasn't terrible, he just wasn't good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Though, like.
I mean, I'm willing to give him
could have
a
been
shot
worse.
to change my mind, but
I would have,
right now.
some shit I see, you ain't getting no more shots. I don't ever want to see another Catwoman as Halle Berry. I don't ever want to
It's not
see
her fault.
Nicolas Cage as Ghost
He didn't read
Rider.
the script.
Well,
And
honestly,
he-
Nicolas Cage wasn't the worst part of that movie. Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing with regards to him. But
Oh wait, that was a terrible movie.
thank
Which
you,
one?
thank
Which
you,
one? The first one or the second
I
one?
didn't even know there was a second one.
thank you,
Thank
Thank you,
Oh, wow,
J.Steel.
you really don't want to see the second one.
thank you.
That was a fucking hard. They should have never did that.
Appreciate that. Come on, keep talking shit. I feel the exact same way. I just said this when you went to the back.
Really bad move. No.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
I thought it was bad too.
I remember seeing that movie and just being like, what? And I was young. I was probably like 2. And I was
Fuck you. I'm saying I was like 2.
Fucking coming, man.
You heard me? She got to slip an old joke in every time. But I'm saying, but I agree with her on I was young enough to be more impressionable toward, because I'm already biased at my age now towards comic films. So whenever I saw Ghost Rider, I was even more biased. So for me to hate it, that's what I stand by. It wasn't my thing, but I hated Elektra more. I just hate Elektra, that film.
Elektra doesn't exist.
Whenever we talk about bad comic movies, it will be a thing. You can do it. There's 2 drinking games you can do listening to this podcast or any of the podcasts. That me shitting on Elektra or me saying the word fuck.
And me shitting on Superman because Ficus Plank could do a better job. That's all I'm saying.
Sitting on Henry Cavill or Superman the character?
Henry Cavill.
You tripping, bro.
Come on.
There's an amazing Superman out of Henry Cavill that we didn't get.
Yeah, there is. Just all because he wouldn't shave his fucking mustache. Bastard.
But no, he couldn't.
He couldn't.
It wasn't on Henry.
Is the Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible people had in his contract because since he's on a new project, they have the right to say whether or not they want to keep him with the mustache or not, because it's on them to pay for a prosthetic mustache to make up for what they've already shot. So that was like, they was trying to be like, man, just come let them do these reshoots, man, because you couldn't do a prosthetic mustache. But Mission Impossible was just petty. They're like, no.
That's that's pretty commonplace in the industry for somebody to have to wear fake facial hair. It's not a big deal. So they were just being ass wipes.
They was just being ass. Yeah, so no, that wasn't on Henry.
Oh, I gotta cancel that bag of dick I sent you.
I hate what his fault. Because he seems like he was good. He seems like he would have been about it though, because I feel like he liked playing Superman.
Yeah, like those, like to me, the times where he showed up with the shitty CGI were the moments I kind of liked. So I mean, he
a
showed
different
up to,
director, a different script. He can be Superman. When he just stands and smiles, I see Superman. Y'all just did him a disservice in BVS, and I'm a fan of Man of Steel. I felt like Man of Steel was supposed to set up for the Man of Steel 2 to be the real Superman. Like he learned, that's the origin story.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting him to be like perfect.
Fucking,
droopy, dreary bitch in BBS.
Battle. Yeah, it's like, oh, I love Lois Lane.
You didn't give us a reason to care about him dying, and then you killed him. You didn't give the world a reason. The world wasn't behind Superman.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they weren't. And then there's this whole thing of where they force it. Oh, well, now we miss him because he's gone.
No, but y'all didn't appreciate him at all.
Where did this come from? Y'all was shitting on him when he was here.
Right.
I mean, fuck all of you.
The whole deal of the death of Superman storyline is that Superman is the biggest superhero that influenced all these superheroes. They have so many superheroes that come to mourn him because he was their inspiration. We didn't even get to get that deep into that story or that version of Superman to be killing him and making us pretend to give a fuck.
You know what? Yeah. Now that you brought it all into light, it's more a DC thing now. Problem.
I'm telling you, dog.
Trying to rush and play the Marvel game was why we got what we got.
We should have got a trilogy of Superman movies before you even thought about putting him with Batman. We should have got a trilogy of Ben Affleck's Batman because you introduced him in this movie. And we don't even know him how we know Bale. We know Keaton. We know these other people.
Yeah.
You got to make these people matter in their own worlds before we'll care about them crossing over. Duh, bitch. They recently had some story about, I got it up right here. Warner Brothers is going to embrace a less connected DCEU. With a box office total of more than $1 billion, Aquaman continues to represent a big win for Warner Brothers. However, Ben Affleck's Batman exit and the mere existence of Todd Phillips' Joker spinoff that the DC Extended Universe remains in a state of flux. But according to Warner Brothers CEO Kevin, I'm going to just call him Kevin because he has a Japanese name I can't pronounce and I will not try and butcher. Mr. Kevin T, that's not such a bad thing. During an interview with the LA Times, Kevin explained that the studio plans on moving away from the shared universe model in favor of standalone films. The upcoming slate with Joker, Shazam, Wonder Woman 1984, and Birds of Prey feels like we're on the right track. We have the right people in the right jobs working on it. The universe isn't as connected as we thought it was going to be 5 years ago. You're seeing much more focus on individual experiences around individual characters. That's not to say we won't at some point come back to that notion of a more connected universe, but it feels like that's the right strategy for us right now. Duh, bitch.
Yeah. The fuck?
If you would have just focused on what you just said 5 years ago.
Imagine where we'd be now.
We'd be
Dude.
in such a better position. But no.
You could start making your first Justice League movie now.
But no.
You would have had a Superman trilogy, a Batman trilogy, Aquaman would have come out. You heard me? Wonder Woman would have come out. Now is when you would have been sowing and thinking of a Justice League movie. Start writing it now, and we should have a Flash solo film out this summer along with Captain Marvel. I mean, dude, there's so many smart ways you could have played this out.
Yeah, it just sort of begs. I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. Like, what are we doing? You just because this shit exists in comic form doesn't mean you have to make movies. I mean, like, let's get this. I don't know. Let's get together, man.
I mean, what
Get
bothers,
together, man.
what always gonna bother me is, dude, when you talk about like these comic niggas like Superman and Batman and such, these niggas been out since the 30s.
Why?
You have from the 30s of blueprints to come from, of ideas, of ways to how it doesn't work, because you know what flopped in certain eras, and what does, you know.
It's had its highs and lows already, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we kind of got a track record to go off of.
So how the fuck are you fucking up these movies now? Especially Batman and Superman movies, when that's what you used to do right.
Well, the thing is that somebody somewhere knows how to get it right, because all of the animated films.
Not all, most. Some of them clunky, like War. I think one of them.
You didn't like War?
There's a point where there's this golden era of animated DC films that all were amazing, all, and then they did this revamp of the animated style. I think they went New 52 with it, and then that's when I started feeling hit or miss. And certain ones I dug and certain ones I didn't. And I think it was War that I had to watch a few times for me to like get into. The first time I saw it, it was kind of off-putting. Superman was an asshole. Green, like there's just certain things that I just was just not into about War. Right. Then I honestly, funny enough, I wanted to watch it with J.Steel's son a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then that's something that he just like, kids, hey, put this one on. And I'm like, okay, well, watch that motherfucker. So I started having a love for it through him. But on its own, not really. But like Son of Batman was cool. They have a lot of cool shit still. Just I remember the point when it stopped being all of these are golden to y'all starting to like play it too much. Stop playing. Like Killing Joke. I didn't like that as much as I thought I would.
Okay.
They added this fucking random Batgirl situation.
Okay, I forget about that one.
The Harley Quinn and Batman movie. Did you even see that one?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I mean, how you feel about it. Don't break down. I know everything that happens. I hate it. But you tell me. Is there like a Batman fart scene in there? They went for a Batman fart joke, dog. They brought Swamp Thing out to do nothing, which is kind of funny on the slick, but still. That shit was one of the worst animated films I've ever seen in my life. If you ever seen Harley Quinn and Batman in like your DVD or your Roku or whatever the fuck you might run into that, don't watch it. Don't ever watch it. It's horrible.
Yeah, take your Roku and break it. No, I'm kidding.
Back to your thought, my nigga.
Fair enough. You
Most.
make a valid point. Most. Because the ones that you just mentioned are like the ones I love to forget. My
son put it out his mind though.
Like, want to know a funny thing? I was so sold on the Killing Joke that I was just like, man, I'm gonna buy this sight unseen, man, because I know I'm gonna love it. And
especially given DC's track record.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
On the animated tip,
and
I thought it was gonna, but.
They made this big deal about going back and getting old boy to do the voice, Mark Hamill and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was just like this big build up, and I'm like, oh man, they're really gonna fucking nail this one, because when y'all get it right, y'all really get it right. And I'm like, boy, when y'all get it wrong, it's just and I'm like, okay, you know what? Doesn't exist. I forgot about it, you know, and
It can stay that way.
That's one of the ones.
But like I said, son, I think I have a lot of faith in DC. I've been saying this for a lot of episodes now.
Ooh, Lord.
I think they're finally getting it together. I think they're finally going to get it together. Once again, I said there's the industry is on this kick to get these little indie comic properties and pulling out all his, though. Now this is one called The Kitchen. Tiffany Haddish led film adaptation of DC Comics and Vertigo. Vertigo was like DC Comics, like smaller brand that they'll try out characters on. You hear me? A mob drama gets a release date. I didn't even know they were even doing this. The Kitchen, the upcoming comic book film adaptation starring Tiffany Haddish, has been moved up from its September release date. It was supposed to come out on the 20th, but Warner Brothers has fast-tracked the film for August 9th. There's no reason listed except that they assume that the film must be in what they said that there's the studio must think that it has fire on its hands. Okay, that's what they're saying. All right. The Kitchen is based on the Vertigo comic series by Ali Masters and Ming Doyle and starring Melissa McCarthy, Elizabeth Moss, and Tiffany Haddish. Okay, that's a squad.
Interesting.
Andrea, and that's interesting to put those actresses together. Andrea Burloff is directing the film from her script adaptation. So we have a female director with a female-led cast. I love that. Like the comic book, The Kitchen follows several mob wives who take over the family business after their husbands go to prison. This is Haddish's second role that seems... It sounds like that movie that you didn't like. Didn't you?
Widows.
Or was it Lawrence?
Widows.
Which one?
What she keeps saying, yeah.
I didn't like that.
Oh, it was you that hated
That
it.
was me. I hated it.
But I'm interested. I'm interested
Did
with
y'all
it.
see it yet?
Never seen Widows.
No, haven't seen it. I just know that there's a
Without
Liam
spoiling
Neeson
it.
kiss in it.
There's a what?
Isn't that the one with Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson and Viola. Yeah.
Oh, somebody said he can't be racist because he kissed Viola Davis.
Yeah, he eats her face, man.
I'm like,
Yeah, I heard it.
and it's one of the worst on-screen kisses or some shit.
I heard it was
It's
just
gross.
intense.
It's
It was
gross?
just a lot of just.
Yeah.
Without spoiling it,
No.
give me one thing that you just inherently made you not like that movie.
Okay, so it's a heist film, and there are things that sort of happen in heist films, and then they go back and show you, sort of what the plan was and how things, went down.
Almost got her. I'm back one.
and they do this. Oh man, there's so many things to hate.
Man.
You know what? Okay, no, I take that back. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a moment that's in the trailer. Have y'all seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Where Daniel Kaluuya is standing in front of two guys who are sort of like beatboxing and rapping, and that whole moment means nothing.
No.
And then it starts off in this more awkward way, which we talked about it, but I don't want to.
I did listen to that episode because I didn't want y'all to spoil me.
And I don't want to. So it just that whole moment doesn't mean anything.
So what you're trying to tell me is, are there a lot of moments in that film that don't mean nothing?
To me, the whole fucking film doesn't mean anything. And, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
It's so disappointing.
Yeah.
That Liam Neeson and who wants to beat Negroes.
Black bastards.
Black bastards.
Yes, the black bastards.
I just walked around
With
waiting for
fancy
one.
sticks.
With fancy sticks.
But
like English Billy Club.
and you got Viola Davis.
You have heavy hitters.
You got heavy hitters. You got Steve McQueen.
Oh,
You got
wow.
all these people like showing up to show out.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it has its moments. There's still things that I'll quote from that movie forever. Two piece and a biscuit. I always, it's worth watching, but for me, man, it's also just worth the conversation of, did we all watch the same movie? Like, you know what I mean? And for
It got mixed reviews. Like, you're not alone.
Okay.
I remember
feel
that.
Like, I feel like it came out in like through its marketing phase. I heard a lot, but then it was just kind of like silence after that.
Yep, I agree.
Which I was like, what happened here? Something happened.
I felt like it coasted for a second. Like
Yeah.
people didn't want to be against it, at least to a certain extent.
Right, because looking at the cast, like as a black woman, I'm like, I'm not gonna, say anything bad about this movie.
Nah,
I
real,
like it.
real.
It could be the crappiest. I'm gonna go
It's
support
black
it, and I'm gonna be
led,
like, go
black
see it.
woman led, right? I'm
Go
not
see it.
gonna speak against Mama Viola.
Yeah, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I went out to the theaters to see it, but
Does she at least do her thing?
yeah, she always does.
So she just holds it down in a poor movie. Thank you. That's all I need to
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I'll just watch
yeah.
her. I'll just watch her. I'll be happy. I can
No.
I can watch it as long as I know. Like I love me. Like
Here's one thing
I
I
love me
would
some
give
Viola
you.
Davis, dog.
Here's one thing. Okay, so here's what I'll tell you.
Her, Angela Bassett, and Regina King are like my trifecta of
Guys.
black women.
Don't.
God.
And we
like,
go Cicely Tyson. That's just like the heir apparent, the one that started it all type
Yeah.
shit.
everybody who.
Oh, and Felicia Rashad. I love so many black women. I'm sorry. Keep going. My bad, dog. Keep going.
Every single person in front of the camera did everything
Right.
that was asked of them. They did everything right. They gave it all. Every problem I have with the movie comes with the people not on camera. The guy behind the camera and whoever was at the laptop. Those folks need to be kicked in the butt. Oh, and it's also y'all love Gone Girl. Does anybody?
I love Gone
You
Girl.
love Gone Girl.
I don't know if
You
you've
don't
seen
like
Gone
Ben
Girl.
Affleck.
Girl.
You like Gone Girl?
I just never mind. Continue.
Oh, wait. Who
Okay.
from Gone Girl is in it?
No.
Oh.
The Gillian Flynn is her name.
Oh yeah.
She wrote it. Her and Steve McQueen wrote Widows. So, and it's based off this British show or whatever. But anyway,
The concept was nice. It's so unfortunate that they didn't execute it
Oh.
in the best way.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna see the movie. I'm not rushing now, but so the next movie I'm gonna watch, it's my mission. I'm kidnapping J.Steel for it, and she's not gonna disagree when I say it, even though she has no idea what I'm about to say.
Okay.
We might even have a little party watch together, but I know you probably already seen it. Bohemian Rhapsody. I gotta see this film.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
So we need to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
We need to watch it, son. It's a film that dropped. It got so much great reviews. Everybody would talk about this movie, talk about how amazing it is, how great it was. Your boy won the Oscar for being Freddie Mercury, and people often talk about how the movie really a lot of times feels like a Freddie Mercury semi-biopic. Because it's supposed to be sold as a Queen movie,
Yeah.
but even in the marketing, it looks like a Freddie Mercury movie,
It
though.
looks like a Freddie
To
Mercury
me.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean, but it makes sense though, and I heard a few different varying opinions about that and about some things with his life that may have been left out of the movie. So I really.
But no, they wound up leaving it in. Apparently, a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff that we thought wasn't gonna be in it, because one of the biggest gripes was they thought they was gonna hide his homosexuality. They say they don't, and they say it's
And they
supposed.
said the way he passed.
Yeah.
Was like a big thing. People were concerned, like, are y'all gonna try to cover that up? Like.
So I want to see this film. I want to see this guy, and I want to see, like, usually when I see Oscars, if you win an award, especially for like best lead or best supporting, I want to see this damn
And
performance.
that's such an iconic, like, Freddie Mercury is.
And this Egyptian born nigga
iconic.
murked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He did.
You hear me? And like the lady that won best lead in a female, or might have been best supporting. No, because Regina King won best supporting. So best lead, you feel me? No one knew who she was on when it comes to commercially. You dig? Like, I remember, like, she was up against Glenn Close, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Glenn Close, nigga. And when I saw her, even when they announced her name, I forget what her name was, the clapping wasn't like everybody else. You hear me? I was like, oh, I'll pull a Tink Tink. Then the La Tink Tink won. And then La Tink Tink walked up on stage and didn't have no real, you could tell she had no prepared speech. And she even said, Glenn Close is my idol. Oh, I'm sorry. And Glenn Close like, bitch, I said, you sorry? If you don't go get your shit, nigga. So I was like, dog, but I want to see this movie now because so much was nominated from The Favorite. And
Oh yeah.
dude, like, all these women were nominated from this film, and then this woman won Best Lead. And I'm like, all right, like, if you win an award, I'm kind of prone to be like, I gotta catch you at some point.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
typically what I did too. That's how I was with Slumdog Millionaire. When it won all that stuff, and I feel like a lot of people were upset, but I went and watched it, and I was like, oh, okay,
I love Slumdog Millionaire.
okay.
I laugh only because I said I was gonna do that and I never got around to
Oh
it.
wait, we've had this discussion, and then
Yeah.
I told you it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched it yet.
Because really, truly,
it's not available. Really,
it's not. It's hard to find.
Yeah,
I'm about to forget it for you.
Yeah,
But
I haven't.
but like,
watched it.
if you think about
dug
the,
it?
if you think about the
It was a while
marketing,
ago, but I remember that I liked it.
but if you think about the marketing, what you think that movie's gonna be about,
It's totally different.
dude,
It's totally different. But it's been a while. That was
I stand by, dog. It's more City of God than whatever game show shit you think it
yeah,
is.
it's not.
Don't you
Yeah,
City
it's
of God,
different.
man. You know how I feel
City
about
of God is this motherfucking childhood nigga, these dudes in the hood trying to survive in this freaking dangerous space, right?
Yeah.
What Slumdog Millionaire is?
Basically that.
In a way, but they just another. But he's Arab
I
instead.
remember.
And
Yeah.
remember, because he had his partner he grew up with, but his partner was kind of fucked up, but they loved each other.
Oh.
Remember all that whole shit, dog? And the only, because the thing is, the reason he knows so much, because it's about him trying to win in Jeopardy, right? Mm-hmm. He knows these answers not because he's a genius, but because of his experiences in life. Yeah. So they show him on Jeopardy, and then they'll get to a question, and then they'll show why he knows the answer to that. This random shit. And that's what makes it so fascinating, because they made it seem like, oh, this Arab boy is just a genius. No. That nigga been through some shit. You hear me? And the shit he been through is a fascinating movie. That's why I was like, once he won the Oscar, and it was the same thing. You're right. When Slumdog won the Oscar, that made me go watch it. That made me go, what is this? You know?
What is this movie? Why
Dude.
is it so...
I'm going to be the biggest hype man you ever know. If I say L-Dub, Lamar.
Lord.
Because I didn't want to call him Marty this time. I was going for his government, but it's so funny, though. When we first met, son, I called you Lamar a lot. Then as time went on, like, Marty got way more, like, easier to say.
Yeah.
Now it's like, Lamarty is his name or something.
Lamarty.
He fucked it up.
Marty, that guy.
It's because I don't meet many freaking Martys, dog. My name Martin. I don't meet a lot of Martins. And in my life, freaking, only certain people in my life even never called me Marty. My grandpa hated it because my grandparents thought that was gay. And and in the most negative old school way, you know, some sissy shit. You know what I mean? And it's funny. My grandpa, but I think there's some point. I think my grandma explained that to me once. There's some character in like their time that was named Marty that was like soft or something. But like when my grandpa used to say like homophobic shit, it's grandpa. Like he's this old ass man. He gonna be like, don't be on that sissy shit, boy. Like whatever. I don't expect you to understand. But when grandma like, nah, that's some soft shit. I'm like, and grandma, you don't even curse. Whoa. So she hated it. But my mom always called me Marty. Specific. It's usually somebody that I'm dating, but not all of them. Certain people. It's not something that'll pop up a lot. So when I meet a nigga named Marty, I'm like, oh, he got my name that I can't use.
Oh, he must be a sissy.
Martin Lawrence made it way cooler. Like I remember at a point when Martin the TV show was out, more people called me like Marty Mar. That was never a thing until Martin the TV show came out. Like Marty Mar, like that was some Martin Lawrence shit. And that made Marty more palatable because Martin Lawrence made Marty Mar cool, and then and certain people just leave off the other side. So
did you ever have like a lot of people coming up to you, my aunt?
My entire life of elementary.
Oh shit, you understand, motherfucker.
Oh son, and what's fucked up is this. Like again, I grew up in the house with my grandparents, so certain shit they didn't let me watch. They didn't let me watch Martin. I caught a lot of Martin when I got older. Or like I might sneak episode in by one of my friends' house, but I never could that was never destination programming. So imagine being tormented by a song of something you can't even see.
Damn.
I didn't even know how the song really went for a while. People would sing it to me before I ever heard it for myself. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, nigga. Wow. But yeah, dog. Okay. But saying all that to say, nigga, you gotta see Slumdog Millionaire, nigga. Lamar Edwards needs to see it.
I will make an effort to see it now. Yeah, because y'all are definitely painting a different picture than the one I had in my head. But I think bits and pieces of this conversation that we had before is coming back to me now. So yeah, I'll definitely try to see where I can find it. Yeah, man, dude.
So yeah, we're gonna end this off. We're gonna talk a little trigger warning and get out of here. But before we get into trigger warning, you said you finished You. How'd you like the end of You? Since you're on the YouTube, you saw You.
So mixed feelings about myself here. It's weird, man. I got a confession to make.
You cry? Okay.
No. Yeah, I shed one little glory tear.
I had a moment where I had to stop. I think I already talked about it. I had to stop, and I came back, but continue.
Okay, when we get back to that, I'd like to know when that moment was, if that's okay. I had a moment, man, and I want to know how you took the show in, because I know it's supposed to be against this cat, right?
Oh yeah.
From the jump, And it is a very clever show how they sort of started off and where you're in his head and it's like, oh, he's making sense of all this craziness, but it doesn't seem like craziness at the time.
Yeah.
He's just sort of kind of going through the motions.
Yeah.
And, you just hear a person in their head going through the motions. And then it turns dark. And, there's a moment where he is disposing. We've spoiled already that people die, right? And that's kind of in the trailer, or is that a spoiler?
I mean,
anybody that listens to the show knows that we're a spoiler show.
Okay,
you feel me? Like, I've not even seen any of you except the last part of the last episode. Yeah. And I'm just accepting that if I ever do catch it, I was just going to catch it when I catch it.
Still haven't seen
I have not seen it.
Well,
okay. So basically he's disposing of a body.
I mean, no, I might even walk out for a second. You can talk your shit.
Bye.
Okay. All right, bye. So he's disposing of the body out of the woods, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's the boyfriend.
Wait, who? Oh, that guy. Yeah.
The douchebag.
I can't think of his name.
With the soda company.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. But yeah, right. So it's so he's disposing of that body, and there are people kind of approaching, right?
Yeah.
And he gets a call from a girl, and he just starts rambling and saying all of this shit.
Yeah,
that it's like
nerves are bad.
Because his nerves are bad. Yeah, and he's trying to fix this, and he's about to get caught, and it's like, okay, and I'm just like, out loud, mind you, I say, nigga, shut up. Why are you still fucking talking?
Pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, bruh, if you are fucking disposing about it, why the fuck are you answering the phone? But that's how you know he's fucking crazy. That's how obsessed he is with this woman, is that like he doesn't even fully process the fact that, let me not answer.
Yeah.
You know?
He wouldn't dare miss a moment.
Nah. That part was very frustrating to me.
Yeah. And I had to stop myself. I was like, nigga, did I just say that? Are we rooting for this nigga? Like,
I also was kind of like, girl, do you not see that something's going on? That was the point where I was like, catch this little red flag right quick.
I'm like, yeah, this is, on a regular day, this is a red flag. And I mean, it was interesting because a couple times they sort of take a turn from her perspective. And we get to see how the day goes from her. And that's always fun. I wish we could have got a little more of that. I was actually rather disappointed, I guess, by the time we got to the end, because I did know that they were greenlit for like a season 2, so they're gonna somehow figure out a way to continue this. So I imagine that when it was gonna come to a head, it was gonna come to, something was eventually gonna have to happen to old girl. Right. Yeah. So I figured that much, right? And then we get to that moment, it happens or whatever, and I'm like, oh, you were almost home free. But the little boy, you little boy.
That little boy.
You damaged little boy. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
That little boy, oh God. And I hate how they use that little boy to make us, to kind of lure us into feeling like, oh, Joe is not so bad.
Yeah.
Joe's not so... No, Joe is fucking terrible.
You know what the sad part was? Is that, like, the shitty not stepdad, but boyfriend. He could see it on him.
Dude,
he could fucking smell it.
They did that a few times with the show with characters that...
it
fucked us up in the head. Like... We're in Joe's world, so we're like, oh, that's the bad guy. But if you flip it and look at, from a different perspective, it's like, no, them motherfuckers might be fucked up, but they're right.
Yeah, it's like he's a terrible motherfucker, but he can see into your soul.
He can see straight through. And I kept saying, like, oh, this is really trippy how they're doing this, because I'm like rooting for him to kick this guy's ass, but he's right.
And I felt, and then another thing too, for a moment, I had to keep sort of, for me, it was just weird because I had to keep sort of stepping back and be like, God damn, why are you rooting for this? Like, you're not rooting, like, I wasn't really rooting for him. I just thought that some of the situations he was put in, I was like, damn, it's kind of wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like, when he gets his ass whipped in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I was just kind of like, well, I was
It's like you felt bad, but at the same time,
you kind of had it coming. Well, you really had it coming.
He's done a lot of fucked up things outside of this that, I mean, you kind of deserve it. This is good.
And then this nutbag has the that's the thing. I'm like, at least. Then he had the fine black chick, the black chick who moved in later.
And he didn't do anything to her. He knew it. He knew,
No, the show knew not to have him do nothing to that black lady.
Let me tell you.
Because you know how many things he was going to pop up?
She would have figured it out. She would have been like,
she would have stabbed this nigga.
Nigga, why my panties in your house? Bitch. That would have been it.
This nigga would have woke up dead.
Yeah. She would have found a damn phone and she would have been like, why the fuck you got my, what the, no.
Yeah.
You couldn't pull anything.
And coming from a perspective of somebody that only saw bits and pieces in the end of it, dog, like I felt the way about him killing no girl, like that fucked with me, like on some shit on this shit. I was like, damn, he like the bad guy won. You did all that fucked up stuff. You was such a messed up person. You crazy, and you wound up actually killing this girl, dog.
Think she's dead.
She that, but yeah, that's what they've been bringing up even online.
I'm
because
sure she's not dead.
Because given look how the show ended, the
dead.
other chick that you think is dead winds up popping up in the end.
Little things.
So maybe since we're seeing things from his perspective, like on American Psycho, is it American Psycho with Christian Bale?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you wonder what things were real and what things weren't by
Yeah, that's the other thing. They play with reality a lot in this show. I don't think everything that he did was actually done. Like, he may not even actually have killed the boyfriend, if you want to go that deep. Like,
really?
I think he's a crazy person, but I think that there's a lot of things that play with reality because his perception is already so skewed, and they've showed us that I would not be shocked if a lot of this shit didn't happen because Candace is fucking alive. But from his perspective, and like the hints they gave us, it's like, oh, okay. In his mind, he's like, oh, Candace is gone. So I don't. Okay. I think they play with what's real and what's not on this show a lot. I don't think she's dead.
So anything else you gotta say on you before we wrap this up with trigger warning?
No, but yours, no. I'm not
No, say your shit, because I don't even ever talk about you again.
No? Okay. Alrighty, there we go.
So let's get back to the last time you talked about trigger warning. You said that, if I can quote this right,
I wanted to watch it.
This was the most,
he
had the most brilliant ideas presented in the stupidest ways. Dumbest ways. All right, so now you can get into what the hell you meant by that.
interesting.
Alright, so.
You know what? I agree with you.
Kind of right, just on some level. So here, I got okay. So here's my main example is my first entry really into the show, which was the Coca-Cola episode.
Oh yeah.
That was your first one.
That was my first episode because my lady was already watching it. And I want to say that's like episode 3.
That's number 3.
Yeah, because she had already watched 2.
Yeah.
So food was ready. I was, I was like, I'm gonna take a break from what I'm doing. Come eat. And episode 3 is about to start. So first one I see is Coca-Cola. I sit down and I stick around for the whole thing. Right.
How you felt about that episode?
That's okay. So my first example, dug it.
Okay.
Interesting. Couple questions, but
before you ask any question, dog, I just must say that I rewound their commercial and laughed at it for about a good 10 minutes, dog. When that nigga say, "Get goddamn Coca-Cola, man," make you feel like you went to Arab somewhere and killed you a goddamn Ethiopian or something. Some shit this nigga said in Atlanta language.
Wow, shit.
That he was my favorite of the squad because he just was always just oddly.
What is
That was
this
the highlight
nigga
of the
saying?
What is he saying, son, dog? Dog, that commercial made that episode my favorite, even though I loved all the episodes, just because I couldn't stop laughing at this dude. But keep saying what you said. Sir.
Okay, when I went back, just for the record, the one I couldn't stop dying laughing is when they're doing the porn thing, and like everybody's face when they start running it, and then old boy is like.
No, specifically the old black niggas when they get to the gay porn.
Oh my god!
I died. They were so mad.
I was so weak.
Oh,
Just looking at their faces.
Like,
dude, me too. Every episode is really amounts of genius being thrown at you in certain ways, dog. But
true. So he spits facts, right? Third episode, Coca-Cola.
Wait, pause. He don't always spit facts. He ruined them kids early, and I'm glad that they didn't.
The kids episode, I didn't agree with. It kind of pissed me off because I was like,
But that's the same episode though.
Is that the same episode?
It starts with the kids.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then the lady at the school like, I ain't gonna let you implement this with my kids. You need to take some shit to adults.
That sounds like adults.
Yeah, and then that went. But you don't tell. I know it's for the show, but you don't tell no kids they can't have no dreams, dog. That fucks me up.
That's what I'm saying.
But you gotta take in that Killer Mike himself is a controversial figure. He's not someone. He is a Bernie head. You know what I mean? Like you're a Bernie supporter. So what comes with that is you're not gonna always agree with him. So I'm not here to agree with you every time. I'm here to see if you can justify your position and if you can put on an entertaining show.
That whole thing when you gotta stop that little white boy. Oh
God! But that was fascinating seeing seeing the white boy how he was even as a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just outspoken, speaking over everybody, thinking his opinion mattered the most. Yeah. You feel me? Dude, and then the nigga told him, okay, well, let's say Brant Jamal was talking, little white boy. You don't want to give him his first example of white privilege or some shit of being oppressed from you. So you need to sit back down and let him finish his statement, okay? That's my good ally. Let me dap it up. I was like, that was hilarious. That was amazing, dog.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you can't try to agree with everything.
Okay, so we wanna better my brothers. I wanna give them an opportunity. So I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna sit down with them, and we're gonna come up with a business concept. All right, cool. Let's do some cola, man.
No, cool. No. Pause right here. No. Cool. You got an idea? Oh, you want to use buttons and shit. Well, that idea sucked. I got an idea. I was already going to come in this motherfucker with. I was going to come in this motherfucker whether you liked it or not, came with this Coca-Cola
my
shit.
Man jumped in the motherfucking deep into the pool, yo.
Buttons.
That dude about me, yo, boy. Ritter spoons.
Killer Mike looked at that nigga for 2 seconds and said, how about cola? He already had the name. He was going to come in there anyway and say that to them niggas. They came up.
It was
boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
So,
buttons.
I want my brother.
Everybody, no, pause. Was it buttons or zippers?
Was it zippers? I think it was zippers. You're right. Who got the brand on zippers?
It was zippers because he basically was like, who, if we could control all the
zippers in the world, how many zippers you know?
I mean,
zippers on all.
It was some crazy ass Atlanta ass.
I remember in the accent is what I remember. I'm trying to think. Do I remember him saying buttons or do I remember him saying zippers? I think I remember saying everybody got goddamn motherfucking zippers.
Everybody got zippers. Look at everybody got zippers in this room right now. Got zippers on your jacket, zippers on your pants. Got a shrimp bowl, shrimp cocktail.
Right. Shrimp po' boy, shrimp etouffee, shrimp gumbo.
He was like, man, I was waiting for this. I got business plans for days. Po' man.
Po' baby.
But yeah. So he takes his good friends, the folks that he wants, we come up with this cola idea, right? Mm-hmm. So now we're going to go. So just so we know, everybody, his friends that he's about to take into a bank, their job is trapping. Lord. Now, for those of you who don't know, trapping is selling drugs.
Yes.
They run a trap house. You know what that is? A drug house. You know what they do in there? They sell drugs. You know what's illegal? Selling motherfucking drugs.
They never said they sold drugs. Boom. Boom. They never said they sold drugs. And I need to know one thing for real. True. I need to know this.
They didn't.
Is that an actor or an actual bank teller? And is he in on it or is that his real reaction? Because that is a very special type of guy that they had to talk to.
Come on.
That was like, this doesn't happen. What? Because he was like, I'm with it. Okay. So he seemed like he was trying to help him know and he talking about them drugs.
It's like, he's like, I'm on camera. So, you know what?
There was an actor plant or a person that worked there for real that just was going to go along with the flow plant.
Damn.
But
that's a hard one, right? Because he was so natural.
Yeah, no,
it could have been
believe
somebody
you.
that they brought on that's actually like, they went and scouted like, say, nigga, you want to be in blah, 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 and this is what's going to happen, and we need you to,
No, do this.
If he's an actor, he's super good. Because I was tricked. Because I can't
oh, man, that's an actor.
I'm leaning more towards,
the next Black Panther.
he worked, And you see the next Black Panther, stupid looking at.
I didn't know that she heard me.
Well, I think I'm leaning more towards like they used that actual bank and that nigga actually worked there. I don't know honestly, dog, because Hollywood since Jussie didn't ruin everything. I don't believe nothing anymore.
Yeah, it's
because here's the question. I'm gonna always throw out on this one side tangent about Jussie. It's not gonna be a full tangent. I'm just gonna say this, dog. Mm-hmm. If he had gotten away with it, the universe that we live, the reality we live in is he actually got his ass bust. It was no foul play. If he had gotten away with it, you know what I mean? So in the history books, it would be in our history books that he was a victim. Now, to this day, we don't know. Till they still trying to figure shit out.
But there's a lot of stuff that happens in the industry that is planted.
That's what I'm saying.
It's normal.
But that's my point. That's my exact point, which is we saw one botch. Yeah. We usually don't see them botch. They don't usually botch. Meaning, how many things that are successful hoaxes or whatever that we think is reality ain't. That's what made me go, shit, I don't fucking know. But anyway, back to Trigger Warners. I just want to throw that out there.
So they run a trap house, y'all.
Yeah,
and they go into the bank, as we just kind of said. They go into the bank, and the gentleman who, you know, whoever, let's just say he was the loan officer, if you will, right? Mm-hmm. Playing the role of it. Whatever.
At the very least.
At the very least. So, once Black Panther. So he asked, "Hey guys, what is your income? How do you what's your way of income? What do you guys do for a living?" "Oh, we take things, large quantity of things, and move them, across the community." Yeah. And from one location to another, it's not uncommon for us to, do some stuff. And the guy's like, okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
He's really
right.
like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I loved him because he really was like.
I think he caught the school from jump.
And Killer Mike is sitting there with like a Cheshire cat with that stupid grin on his face, like he doesn't know what's going on. And I'm just like, well, why on earth would you bring these people in here knowing good and fucking well they have no legitimate excuse or anything to tell this man? Why would you even get them out of bed for this?
That's for TV though. Because I watched this show, and the other part that I was laughing at, besides what was being presented to me, was what I would catch, which is Killer Mike moving the ball from one moment to another. There'll be times where he has a point that he's trying to push in each episode. And I would see when he's pushing the point of things like you set this up so you could say this, or you set that up so this could happen. Like there's too many times, you playing dumb on purpose. Like one time, chick caught him. Like he was saying something about. It was in the morning where he was trying to eat food only from black people at the farm. He tried to quote something as if he didn't know it, and then the lady said, "I know what you're talking about." He's like, "Oh yeah, you with it?" I was like, "Yeah, he caught your ass that time." Because a few times I seen you play dumb just to get someone else to answer a question or to explain something, because you knew it was better for them to explain it than you. So you threw the ball up knowing you knew the answer before you even asked it. He did that so much. So to me, that was the inverse of that, seeing him try to get that loan. He knew how that would go, just even taking these kind of niggas without pre-gaming them or anything. But that's part of the hilarity of it, because it's a docu-series. Some is going to be kind of mock you, but it's still most like docu, dog. So I really feel like it was purposely done. Otherwise, we wouldn't get the hilarity, the suspense of the scene. We wouldn't have it if it was official. Where's the humor there?
Yeah.
He didn't even... Nothing before we walked in there and sat down.
He sat down and...
He didn't even say, "Yo, y'all can hit pause real quick."
Nah, he might have. And he might have said, hit pause, and he ain't telling them niggas nothing, but then told the loan officer, "Just go along with whatever the fuck we say, man. I'm gonna give you like 50 stacks afterwards, man. You ain't got to put your name out there if you want."
I think,
Boom.
I think this is a lot. I don't think this is like a boy. Oh God, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh.
His shit is...
But... Damn, I didn't make that connection.
It's not. I feel like, because I've seen pretty much all of his projects, and looking at his stuff versus looking at Killer Mike's, I feel like there's some rawness and realness in it, but I feel like a lot of it is like everyone has been prepped. Everyone has been taught to some extent.
I didn't start feeling that way to the last episode specifically.
Oh hell yeah! Like
it seemed heavily produced. Continue,
I
but
think
continue
it's
your
like
thought.
a lot more improv versus Sacha Baron Cohen, who is just like Wild Magnolia, like these motherfuckers coming back suing him, like this is real.
Yeah.
This is not, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But I've never even thought to make that comparison.
Yeah, I thought about it when I was watching. I was like, this seems a little more polished and like, you know, this is not him like, hey yo, I'm Killer Mike and I'm about to do shit. Like, no.
And it's edited in the motherfucker. Because one thing that was frustrating for me in this series, once again I loved it, but there's some parts that was frustrating, like you have, was that episode of Cripicola where who became a loving character, not a loving character, but character I fucked with Mario. What's his name? The little annoying motherfucker.
That's when I knew it was scripted. I'm sorry.
I started liking him in the last episode. I hated him.
He just showed up again. I'm like,
he just
man.
kept coming back.
I hated him in both those episodes though. But it was the last episode when he brought.
Racist. I mean, I have a song that says "Don't box me in." I have a song.
Oh God! Slap him.
Don't box me in.
Slap him. But he was a real nigga on the last episode in their little nation. He was like, bro, I'm not about to do that because you told me to do it. What's wrong with you guys? Like, I was like, yeah, dude. What is wrong with you guys? Why are you walking in a straight line? I'm not about to walk in a fucking straight line.
Don't follow me.
Right, but for real, why are you following me?
Walk where I want to walk, you know. Just...
No, he didn't have an attitude when he said that one. He was really like, you know what I mean? What are you guys doing? What you doing? But no, the attitude was like, they took my fucking song. And
yeah, he was
the most. Jay started laughing like, oh my God, is he crying? I was like, bruh.
He was amazing.
Dude, that guy.
Oh,
but the first time we met him, the whole conversation, I wish we could have gotten more of. I know the point was 25 minutes, but the conversation of don't judge a book by its cover, and you know what I mean, then had some of the racism and like whatever made them. We saw the end of their therapy session, and I wanted more of what got them to being like legit. Oh no, like we were fucked up, and I needed more freaking onus.
Yeah.
You hear me? But anything else? What else about that trigger one? Because it was just like 6 episodes, and he had specific points he knew he was hitting.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about when the boy showed up again for the music competition.
Okay, let's just get into that up.
And
when he went first, let's start when he got with the old people, dog. I kind of want that joint he did with them old people, with the doo-wop niggas.
Oh yeah, okay,
Give me that, man. He kind of ripped that, but it was telling when he talked to that old lady. Like that's what I always say when I look at old white people, I do not expect them to be cultured on black shit. So that old white lady, he gave it a step. He's like, how do black people have the most killings or the most robberies when there's places like Wisconsin and Idaho where there's nothing but white that still have high murder rates and high robbery rates? She's like, nah, whatever. I still see the black people. I'm like, damn, it's just you can't change certain minds.
Right. Like the news tells it to me. The news, I'm like, you know what? You're gonna
Fox.
You're gonna die. Just
soon.
Your ass.
And it's fine. You're gonna die.
Yeah, just wheel your ass on out of here. You're
dead.
not making decisions anymore. I know that was harsh.
And that made him decide he wanted to make a super group, and he invited your boy back. So a super group for music, because he wanted to make the most diverse, which is once again genius. It's a genius concept because we're in a diversity era, and so he said, "Well, I'm about to make the most diverse group." Dog, dude. I think he had to present it in. You calling it dumb, but I'm calling it simplified. Yeah. I think he had to make it a simplified concepts for it to touch as many people as he did. Because I don't think there was anything dumb about what he did at all. Everything was purposeful.
Okay, well, yeah. Now that you sort of put it in that perspective, looking at it through that lens, I can definitely see that because I didn't really catch on until like the last episode where just like everything just sort of kind of feels like it's staged.
That was the one that felt most like the reality show to me.
Yeah, it felt like an episode.
Maybe that's what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so, and somehow they were able to hide it until that moment, at least to me. But forgot where I was going with that.
I mean, you just saying about how you started seeing the television show versus the documentary.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want to go back to the super group. Am I the only one, man? My man at the end with you never stop just like,
yeah, what about him?
I just that whole thing, man. I thought it was interesting. The just I don't know, man. That whole makeup. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that they let him do it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just alarming how like the crowd responded to it.
I mean, the crowd got quiet. They wasn't fucking with it.
It seemed like they were shocked.
They were messed up. They wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, they weren't into it.
But I think once again, Killer Mike, because I don't think those people were fake. Cause especially that black, I've seen that black rights activist, albino. What's the right one? Was the albinism cat? He's a real cat. I've seen him before. Sir Major something.
Yeah, he's a real person.
But I think your boy was really serious. He was who he was, that white guy.
Oh yeah.
And so he was, so I think I don't think those people acting. That's his name, Mario. I can't think of his name.
No, the little Hispanic.
No, I know. I'm trying to remember what his. It wasn't Mario. I think it was Mario.
I think it was Mario.
It began with an M because one time he said it was M Love or something, some stupid
right.
shit.
I'm pretty sure it was Mario, but his ass was casted.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he was great there. I hope you get your most. If you ain't an actor, you need to be one of the boy. But Killer Mike knew that nigga was gonna do some shit like that. That's why he threw him in there. What I'm saying is, Killer Mike, you lucky you had the right assortment of niggas, because you would have had the wrong nigga up in there.
He would have been on the damn
That's
stage.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
And that boy would have said that nigga shit as soon as he walked out. Look at, I killed him, nigga.
He
Show,
to the green room.
bruh. But once again, that was his reasoning, dog, because that's what America is.
Right.
All that was there, dog. Like that, he has so many layers, and once again,
did you feel like that was a success though?
What?
The whole like sort of multi-diverse group.
I think his point was made.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he made a point. I wouldn't call it a success. Fuck no.
I
think he got his point across.
Which is the success in that.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't make a successful whatever group, but the point is we live in America and you're going to have to be tolerant to opposing views. And that goes to both sides of the field. You know what I mean? On all sides of it, because it's not even two sides at this point. It's many sides. You feel me? So, like I say, every time on all of his episodes, he got his point across. Like, from the first episode, ain't no way in the motherfucking hell, nigga, you didn't eat all them days. I don't believe that shit. Ain't no way in the motherfucking hell they really had you walking like that, nigga. Them camera people are with you. You did not.
He cut and he went and fucking ate his food and went in a goddamn bed.
There you go. But the point was still made that, damn, dog, we don't have that much ownership as black people in this country. And he laid it out for you, dog. And I love that he did that. And that was a cool first episode to pop you in the face with, you know?
It was an interesting thing to think about. That really made me think, like, damn, how much shit am I using this not made by black people? Which is something that you just, you know, but you don't really fully think about it and process it. Yeah. I really like that episode. That may be my favorite.
And specifically, the point is not even that whether it's made or not by black people, but how many options do we have to even be able to make the choice to buy black? And once again, power.
Right.
Economic power. We always talk about the black dollar and how much, we affect culture and how when we decide to all spend our shit, we have a lot of money and a lot of influence financially. Right. And then you take in, we have all this money, we have all this power, we have all this influence. We don't own nothing. Yeah. To be able to write home about or to even multiply this power. And there's, so many reasons for that. That's a whole history lesson of an episode. But he put it out there simply. And I think that's why he had to, in a way.
Yeah, he did.
Trying to think, what else? Cripicola, the episode Sleep. He made his own religion, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To make a point about religion, son. Everything he wanted to make a point about.
Yeah, I thought that one was interesting.
That was interesting.
Especially with good old Sleep. What did he call him?
He was a prophet.
The prophet. Yeah, the prophet.
Because, and Sleep never talked. And they had the congregations in the street club. And niggas got this strip club. And niggas got to freaking smoke weed and have a long nap. But then he used science to make his point. That was hilarious. And it just, Killer Mike, bro, give us another installment.
Right.
I need more of these.
I'm down for another one.
You hear me? Yes. I like that.
He made me think and reflect on a lot of things. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's funny. Now that I think of it, his last episode was supposed to make me really think of America, but in many ways, it was the two-hitter of him making that super group with the last episode that drove the point home about how we can be better as, people in the same country, as compatriots. I don't even think of the name word right now, because, as we always say, it's the potty mouth pothead podcasters. It's a pop friendly environment. Poppity pippity pippity poppity pippity pippity. I'm all gone. So let's call this a wrap. Hi, Bat. Damn. This is that actor guy, Mr. Bats. Marty Bats in the building. Marty Bats in the building, man. Hit us up on reviewingdat@gmail.com, man. We got... I'm laughing because I'm telling motherfucker to hit us up, but we still ain't review in time. We still got to review that.
What the fuck is it in time?
Damn, girly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my nigga Peanut Derek, man, he told us, he sent that request in for us to do that like 3 weeks ago. Like, I kind of reviewed Castle Rock when Sherelle put that in. Yeah, we're not being good about our freaking joint, man. Guys. We got to get better, dog.
I'm going to get on my in time. You watched Castle Rock, the whole thing?
Nigga, the first episode, I keep telling you.
Okay.
And I remember listening back.
Yeah, you said you weren't into it.
I wasn't into it, but I think it was a great show, just not for me.
Yeah.
But I listened back to us talking about that, and I just got to say this. Castle Rock is about this. I never said what it was about. I just kept on saying it wasn't for me. So I'm just gonna throw this out here just to let people know. Okay. It's about is a bunch of mysteries are happening. The main character, he as a child had disappeared, and nobody knew where he was, and one day he just popped up on the ice, and this fucking white cop like kind of rescued him, and he never found out what happened to him and shit. So at a point, this white guy has to take the job over from this I can't tell you what happened, but he got to take this job over this police station, not police station, this jail. That's what I mean to say. And in the jail, since this inciting incident happened that got him his job and all of this mess on his lap that he has to clean up now that he's the warden or whatever, whoever running the jail and such, or is it some political thing? I forget because I was in and out. But whatever, shit's in his fucking lap, and they find this freaking inmate or somebody that's been in this dungeon that's under the jail, and he's just been there, and they ain't find this nigga until this inciting incident happened. And now it's all these questions of who this guy is, and the only thing that he says, because he's just like frail and look like a creeper, the only thing that he says is the name of the black guy who's the main character who disappeared when he was a kid on the ice. He happens to be a lawyer now, and he's like, that's the only thing I'm gonna say, I want my lawyer. And the black guy, yep, Andre. Okay. Andre don't even know this dude. He don't know why the dude's saying his fucking name. And we find out this nigga is on some psycho shit. The person that said his name, and I'm not too sure if he got powers or not. There's some Stephen King shit. We got lies and layers and all kind of things going on between the people in the town. And once again, from the onset, we don't know what the hell going on with your boy as a little boy. And it was interesting. It's just not my cup, like I said. But I don't want to leave the people. We just keep on saying Castle Rock, Castle Rock. The title don't give anything of what I just said. So once again, I feel like you would like it, J.Steel, honestly. Probably. That's some shit I see you watching, honestly. I think you would like Castle Rock. Yeah. But once again, man, hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com, man. You send it, we review it. Hit up FlyWithBats@gmail.com if you want to either talk some acting shit. Because if you have any questions out there about the game, about the industry, on ActingWhileBlack, until I get an email address for ActingWhileBlack, it's just coming soon, probably tonight. Send any questions and commentaries about ActingWhileBlack as well as the FlyWithBats Podcast to FlyWithBats@gmail.com. You can find me at Mr. Bats. Spelling Mr. Out. You ain't gonna find me on all your social media platforms except Facebook. On Facebook, I'm my government. I'm my IMDb. I'm Martin Bass Bradford. You dig? And for this episode of Reviewing Dat, I'm out, man. Don't pause. Please don't pause, guys. You gonna pause? You some fuckers.
I'm sorry. I tuned out. I was thinking about Jason Momoa.
You was an asshole. She's a freaking asshole.
No, it really was.
She said,
it's like, no, I'm telling
you try to still get them Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah, man.
If
anybody can get me a box of Jason Momoa Samoas.
There was some news story about some freaking Girl Scout cookies with him and his face and his body on there, and I sent it to her.
I need them. I just want to eat them with every meal and just put the box on my pillow. And just take good care of it. Sorry.
Okay.
And
it's real.
I'm very creepy, and I'm J.Steel, and you can follow me on Instagram at @J.Steel_. You can also catch me on my food blog at FatGirlNola with an F, not a PH. And yeah.
This is your favorite host, Marty here. MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to LorrainePictures.com. Click on the Your30 tab, where I co-host the show there with. What's his name? Oh, it's the Arrogant Observer, because this is no longer a safe space.
His name is Lawrence Webber. We're going to Fight Club. His name was Robert Paulson. His name was Lawrence Webber.
Okay.
Lawrence Webber.
Yeah.
That black actor, Peter.
Webber.
Larry Universe. Bug with 2 G's.
Fred Bug, 2 G's. Fred Bug with 2 G's doesn't have to say Fred Bug with 2 G's. Fred Bug can just be Fred Bug. Okay.
Yes.
Fred Bug.
Watch Young Justice, bitches.
I'm sorry. Hi, Marty. Yeah, check us out. We're nice. And we're on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an accomplishment.
Good job.
We're happy about
Proud
that.
of you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's good.
We did things.
At least it's not like podcast Pornhub or something.
Yeah, I mean, that could, could be
Whatever
worse.
that is.
Could be worse, yeah, There are porn podcasts.
What?
Yeah. They have whole YouTube pages and stuff. Yeah, they have the whole social media. It's a whole underground thing happening.
So I'm going to stop hit the button. Bye, y'all. I'm hitting the stop button now. They fucking tripping.